I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. When the lights go down, I see hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. Oh, going in. Into oblivion. Into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. I know you wanna see me fall. From a golden mile, I can see you at the goal. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. Oh, going in. Into oblivion. Into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. someone new, baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah, take you like a pill. Then I feel you're like a pill to get my fill. No, do me in the worst way. Don't let me sleep, never say sorry. Oh, maybe I'll leave, baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah, take you like a pill. Get my fill. Rising with each beat of the music is bringing little flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full. I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive. We're just listening. We're existing. We stay when the music plays loud. Drop below and the people sway. Rising with each beat of the music is bringing little flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full. I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive. We're just listening. We're existing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Collegiate Rainbow Six. Today it's myself and also other Keglanek casting tonight. It's just gonna be me, all things considering. I don't really cast best of ones too often, so I'm going to take this a little bit more laxly, though that's mostly in terms of itself. It's going to be a much different kind of cast than you're used to coming out from myself. Think of it more of a podcast kind of thing where it's going to be very fast and very slow at the same time. Think of it being like in the middle of a gym workout. You need to take some breaks sometimes. It's going to be a little slow and sometimes a little fast. But hey, that's the best kind of solo casting. Of course, I'm also 3 pots of coffee, a Starbucks, and quite a few bottles of water in, so you know things are going to get wild pretty quickly. But hey, forget about me. Let's go to Illinois State versus UdeM. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of notes on UdeM, but Illinois State we actually did see play yesterday up against, I believe it was PDU. So fantastic work overall. I believe they did really well, but their map bans. Let's talk about that right now. It's going to be Illinois State banning out Theme Park and Consulate, whereas UdeM, in a similar story, taking down Consulate and Villa. So, if you're like me, you'll absolutely never guess what the 3 maps we're having tonight are going to be. And if you were to guess Cafe Clubhouse in Oregon, you would be completely right, because those are the maps we pretty much only see in the T3 scene. But hey, I guess I can't complain too much. It's like raw memorization. It's like taking a test in high school. You just got to memorize the raw facts and not really retain any of the knowledge, except in this instance, you're kind of forced to retain it. Now, I believe we're just about ready to start up the match, but overall, we did see Snail and etc. on ISU do a fantastic job last night, and let's see if they can keep the momentum going forward as we go into the next match. Now, in that last matchup where we saw ISU, they won 6-5 over that best of 3 set, and I believe it was 2-0 in their favor as well. Now, this is a little high stakes. It's going to be the Collegiate Rainbow Six Summer 2020 semifinals. And of course, as I say that, nothing too surprising. Thatcher's going to go down first. Illinois State University is going to be the number 2 seed, whereas Montreal, once again, will be retaining that number 6 spot. ISU did play number 7 of University of San Diego earlier today, and they did win that 2-1 in a very, very tight, close matchup. But Montreal, of course, wanted to clap back, played number 14 Monday morning against Chapel this morning as well, and won 2-0 in a very dominating fashion. But of course, we did have those map bans come out. Nothing too surprising, all things considering. And surprising enough, not really a lot of surprising bans for Cafe either. The Monty ban and the Valkyrie ban do seem to be target bans going out, and I'm not terribly surprised about what we're seeing. The Monty ban before in similar matchups, we have seen some crazy uses of, mostly going for kitchen and bakery, but the Valkyrie ban is going to be a huge lack of intel as well across the board, and you know what pops into my mind immediately is going to be a huge detriment for the defenders on bar as well. And of course, the last ban is going to be that Mira. Nothing too surprising there either. With Mira going down, it's kind of a whatever situation. Mira is either there or not played, it seems, because a lot of teams just don't scrim with her as much anymore. They may have 1 or 2 basic strategies, but because of how little she's usually played, there's almost no reason to bring her out. Now, as we say that we are going to bar first, it's going to be a pretty similar operator lineup all around. No mute, however, coming out from the defending side. It's going to be the Mozzie, though, that we see, and we do have the Goyo. This signifies right away, even with the Wamai 6th pick, it's probably going to be holding Pixel, or at least Ducky Boy will be holding Pixel angle, awaiting for any of the attackers coming down from that Cafe Red Hatch. But as we say that, we do have the attacker lineup as well. It's looking pretty similar. We don't have the Nomad, but instead we do have Wiz playing that Gridlock pick. And honestly, this is probably the more preferable flanker between the two. I think this might be the better option. We have Nomads historically in Collegiate Rainbow Six be taken down early on, no matter who you are or what team you're playing for. And the Gridlock has historically had more success, especially on red stairs, just holding back the flank very well. Now, we do have that pixel angle being held out. That's a very peculiar Iron Shield coming out. I understand what they're trying to go for. It seems they're going to use the couch as a bit of a defense as well, including the soft wall behind going to the washrooms. And no, it looks like they're now employing a much more orthodox one. I don't really think that original strategy would have worked too well. It may have worked for the first initial kill had they gone that far, but from then on, the refrag potential would have been huge by not having that angle of retreating to White Hall. Now, of course, as we say that, it will be mostly in upwards defense. We are going to be seeing Platts putting that Claymore down the bottom of White, preventing any kind of runouts. The Legion will be waiting on the landing of White stairs, apparently not hearing Platts repel upwards. Now, if Platts did decide to contest and challenge that barricade, that could have been the opening pick one way or another going out right away. But so far, it seems the attack overall is going low. Opening pop shots going down on the terrace wall, looking into White. Not going to find a lot of action either. Now, we are going to be seeing Cigar Wall open up as well. It's going to be 3 different bodies from Montreal team, just waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, the Womai Magnets are working. Unfortunately, they're working not so well in Ducky Boy's favor. Fortra, though, getting that opening pick on the Platts, and that's going to be one of your dedicated entry fraggers, already going down without much of a fight. Now, as I say that, there's 1:30 left on the clock, and already, only now are we seeing those attackers trying to make their way into Cigar, but it's Fortra with a double kill, taking down Silence, and that's 2 of your 3 soft breach entry fraggers, going down with literally no bullets coming down on Montreal's side. It's feeling pretty good right now for ISU. They're sitting very comfortably, only wasting some utility, only some bullets going down on their side, and almost every engagement, every engagement turning out to be in the favor of ISU. 1 minute left now, and we have not really seen much headway since taking Cigar. I believe it's going to be the Momai who's backed up into washrooms, not really being challenged a whole lot. We do see the Jaeger going down, but getting the pop shots off onto Bananas. The Jaeger rotates. Apparently, Bananas does not know where that Jaeger rotated to. Watching for all sorts of different angles right now, Banana put themselves in a very tight corner, watching around on the new balcony, and they have to be looking around for various different people and being completely separated from the rest of his attacking friends. Wiz, however, going to be inside washrooms looking to make these soft breach rotations to try to gain the freezer, taking down the electro plug, allowing the thermite to open up the walls. But it's too little too late. Snail inside freezer does find Wiz, and that's going to be earlier as well. Hardbrick going down. 3v2 right now. That's going to be another defender going down. Plant and play into 3v1. Max Payne doing as much as he can, but it's too little too late. Patience with an ending double kill, finding Max Payne, and that is going to be round number 1 going to ISU's favor with, all things considered, not much of a challenge. Now, as we say that, we will be going to round number 2 right now, and the momentum's already there in ISU. Now, I'm not going to say that Illinois State having that number 2 seed compared to the number 6 in Montreal is the reason why they're winning. That would be pretty unfair, but seems like they are playing a lot more coordinated. The C4s were on point, and yes, they did start losing people towards the end of that round, but overall, ISU really had a tight grip on the round. We're going to kitchen and service this time around for second. Now, earlier in some other Collegiate 6 matches, we did see the Doc and Jaeger duo play come out. We're not seeing that this time. It's going to be played fairly safe, all things considered. I don't really think it's going to change too much. But it is what it is. Now, as I say that, we do have the Womai in play, and the attacking lineup is roughly going to be probably the same every single round, if I have to take a guess, for not only Montreal, but also for ISU. The Monty's banned, so there's not really much of a point in too much variation, unless you want to bring out, say, a Hibana for extra hard breach potential, but even then, that's pretty much it. Overall, it looks like the freezer wall will be reinforced, but no electro claws. Maybe they're not really banking on too much of a freezer push this time around. Hardbrick, though, going to be reinforcing the hatch regardless. Now, reinforcing the hatch sometimes can be beneficial, and sometimes it cannot be beneficial opening it up. If you need to make that quick rotate and having a lot of defenders playing inside mining and dining, it can be a really good viable option as long as someone watches it from below. However, we are seeing a lobby push coming up from Platts this time. Platts really not having a lot of energy. Well, not energy. Platts not really having much of a stake in the game so far, being taken down as the opening pick last time from, I believe, Arbrick, who currently this time is the castle. Now, of course, as we say that, it's going to be the Zofia concussions going to be lighting up Patience, and that's going to be number 2 going down. A little bit of a delay. Flash grenades and frag grenades are galore coming out, but still Patience, just in the semblance of his name, playing very patiently, waiting for someone to fall through that wall. But of course, it's going to be Plants who knows someone's got to be there. There's no way they're not going to be. But who's going to not be patient first? Double coming out, and it's going to be Plants still winning that matchup. Miraculously, all things considered, it should have been Patience who had that round, but unfortunately, it did not work in his favor. Whew. But Montreal, however, still wanting to hold on as much as they can. Patience going down did a lot of work securing the very end of that first round. Not going to be seeing that again.
Attackers have located a bomb.
A minute 30 left. It's going to be Silence finding Snail this time around. The 2 last left alive for I assume that first round are going to be the first to go down this time around. And it's like dominoes, one after another. It's going to be only down the Fortress. Last one alive. Angle's being held, but it's going to be too little too late. Most of the damage being brought onto Fortress is going to still collide into the Wiz, being a kill. Now that diffuser does go down, 30 seconds left, and you have to pull a rabbit out of a hat because it's a 1v4, and with 30 seconds left, you have roughly 5 seconds per opponent. You have no idea where any of them are, bar -1. Not entirely sure who that is, but I believe that's either Plants or Max Payne hiding behind. But no, the flank or the aggressive play from above is going to be Plants taking down Fortra and getting the opening kill and the ending kill. That's a very successful round for Plants and a great redeeming round for what they had in round number 1. Now, round number 1 was bar, and it was in ISU's favor, and round number 2 went in Kitchen for Montreal's favor. Sorry, I had to update my notes. But for round number 3, we will be continuing this again. And we're going to Reading and Fireplace. ISU realizing that they don't want to contest the same losing site twice. They had lost Kitchen previously, and they want to explore a little bit and see what Fireplace and Reading can do, because it might give them the benefit of winning another round, and it could just be Kitchen that is the not so healthy site for them. But now we're just waiting a little bit for these 6 picks to go down. Neither team fully 6th picking, but we are going to be seeing the dock come into play, the elite dock, which we see so little now because of the new Face It rule set. It's going to be interesting to see how these elites go into play. It's not going to make too much of an advantage whatsoever, but overall, it's nice to see them once in a while outside of a ranked game because they are very well designed. Now, this is going to be an interesting defense, all things considered. A lot of holes going to be opening up between the hallways of each site, giving a great sight line either if you're inside trains, or if you're in Reading. It's going to be a great line of sight for the attackers or defenders to hold on to either prevent the diffuser to go down or prevent the defenders from getting onto that diffuser. It can go both ways, and more likely than not, it will go both ways. Now, what's interesting about the attacking side for Mining and Reading is that we've been seeing a kind of a dynamic shift going from a top-down play style that a lot of teams are accustomed to, but some teams are crafty and they go bottom-up, starting in white and rotating their way either to Mining and Reading, or they go from red and Kitchen and rotate that way as well. Or just play horizontally. They just want to ignore bar and cocktail altogether, get these softballs open, and play almost a rushing game. Plat's trying to find those early shots off onto the Kaid. Not going to find any connecting to the Kaid, but the scare was there indeed. But it's going to be Snail, and Snail's not really afraid of much of anything whatsoever. And there is some vertical play going down, but Arbrick, of course, going to be finding that opening kill with the UMP onto Silence, and your Ash not bringing any benefit or utilities to the round. Castle walls are still going to be open and not contested. Now you have to rely on the Zofia to do so, but Platts does find the refrag on the Arbrick, and the castle is going to be dead, but his utility's already been used, and he already got a kill. His job is essentially done for the round. Now it's going to be a matter of the Kaid holding into train as long as humanly possible, stalling out as much as he can. A minute 40 left on the clock. It's going to be the Kaid, still not being contested too much. Of course, as I say that, the Zofia concussions go down. Platts playing unbelievably aggressive, just wanting these kills, but being backed up by Wiz. And and Snail going down. No defenders on A side. There is one watching from White. It appears it's going to be the Legion, but both walls are reinforced. Smoke grenades going down, blocking the vision for the Maestro. Unless he does have an evil eye he's not relying on, he's blindly spraying with his Aula through the bullet holes. But Bananas, of course, going to be finding some kills on the Fortra. And Ducky Boy and Patience are the last ones alive. This defense overall not looking too clean for ISU. It's going to be a 1v4 once again. Patience needing to play that patient game. He was the first one to go down last round, and now the last one to die. This one, potentially, unless he brings it back. 27 seconds left. The spikes are in his way. He's got to do a full rotate down the corridor hallway, meeting up at 90, and matching up against Platz. He's going to be rotating around even more, but they know exactly where he's at. There's not much room for the all to maneuver around, and it's going to be Montreal finding 2 rounds in a row and taking the first lead of the match so far with both points on the board. It's going to be Max Payne securing the final kill, and now Montreal 2-1 against ISU. Going to round number 4 right now, it's going to be Bar and Cocktail once again. In ISU's position, they've tried 3 different sites, and only one of them had succeeded. They want to go back to what's familiar. They don't want to risk any points going towards Montreal any more than they have to. And we're going to see Bar once again. This is the only site they had won. So they want to play it safe, and they're going with the same exact team comp as before. Now, with that being said, we are going to see the same exact team comp coming out from Montreal as well. I believe Silence was not the Ash last time. I don't remember exactly who it was, but it was not Ash. Now, of course, Silence did bring some utility to that round before, getting some kills, but it was Platz who was taken down early on. Now, maybe it's a matter of your entry fraggers going down immediately without really much of a trade. That wins rounds for ISU, but it's yet to be seen if that hypothesis can happen for 2 rounds. Now, of course, we are seeing Montreal play a very well-coordinated attacking game themselves. They played horizontally. There was some top-down roam clearing. It didn't really benefit a whole lot. As far as we could tell, it seemed like most of the action did come from the horizontal play style, but overall, it worked out really well for them.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Taking a small breather here, we are looking to see how these attackers want to take over the next round. Now, this round's going to be really important, and let me tell you why. ISU, being 1 point behind right now, did have that leading very first point in the game. Now, if they can't win this next round, it won't be tied, and it's going to be a 2-point advantage for Montreal. But, of course, we do have the impacts going down. A waste of an impact, not going to find a whole lot of utility. And Patience once again playing on the landing of White Stairs. But Platz is greedy. He wants more kills. He did hear that impact, thinking someone's still down there. Going to be droning it out. That's going to stall for more time, potentially allowing Patience to either get out of White Stairs landing as he is currently. And that's going to allow him to be in the safe spot where Platz won't be able to get any kills on that generator. But no, he rotates back. Oh, this could go very poorly for him, especially with the bullets going down now. But Platz can't rotate anywhere. Patience wanting to find those shots. The rotate does come down. He doesn't want to dedicate himself to that shot. The concussion grenades going down again. It's the same exact story we had seen the round previously. I'm sorry, 2 rounds previously. A minute 45 left on the clock. A lot of defenders playing inside now with the wall opening up, and that's going to be a potential double kill coming out for Silence, only finding 1, but it's good up there. Heartbreak only finding 1, and quite a few different frags going forwards on the attackers, all systematically being wiped out one after another. But that's not going to stop Silence taking down Snail inside Freezer. It's going to be an intruder inside the bomb site, and seemingly no one to really back it up. Montreal right now looking around, trying to find the extra kill on the new Balk. Not going to find it, and the rotate onto White might be his undoing. A minute left on the clock. It's be Patience, of course, similar to his name, playing as patiently as humanly possible. Fortra coming by for the refrag. It's going to be them holding angles, and Fortra saves Patience's skin by getting that crossfire kill. And with the diffuser going down, Patience has his earphones on the correct way, but no. He gets some shots off on the Max Payne, but it's not enough. He does get the kill, but Fortra comes in for the refrag. And like Batman and Robin, it's going to be them taking another round on the board, and ISU going to even it out. Whew. 2-2 so far, round number 5. It's going back and forth between the two teams, and no one's letting up. Returning the kitchen once again. This was not an easy loss. Actually, no. Let me re-say that. That was a terrible loss for Montreal, for ISU when we had them in round 2. Montreal won it very, very quickly, and getting those opening picks definitely had to do with it. But Patience maybe not playing co-check again this time. We'll need to figure out what they want to do to make sure they can get that early pick on the, especially Platts, who has been doing such a good job with these frags.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
40 seconds now in the prep phase. That's plenty of time for them to figure out what they want to do. The castle's going down, but we see no rotates going from kitchen, the actual cooking room. Now, I'm not much of a kitchenologist. I'm not really sure what the different culinary terminology is, so you're gonna take anyone else's word for it other than myself. And we do see one barricade going down on bakery entrance, of course, but we aren't really seeing where the others are being placed. It's definitely not a conventional castle hold, not going to separate the hallway connecting the two sites or connecting to the kitchen in general, but instead I think they're not placed yet. So he's definitely waiting a long time for these castle barricades going down, and I'm curious to see what impact they will bring to the round. Second castle impact seemingly going to be going in mining. No, he's just not using them. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Why not? Platts finding that opening kill on the Patience again. 2 rounds in a row where it's kitchen and Patience going down from Platts' gun. Twice. Arbrick taking down Wiz. It's a 4v4, and with the UMP, that's pretty impressive. Again, the flank watch being taken down almost immediately. It's a similar story we've been seeing for a few rounds where Wiz gets taken down. Fortune with the C4 refrag though, taking down Platts, and that's going to be gigantic. Now, I can't really see what the kill score is for Platts right now, but they have done a great job so far, and it's going to be 6-4. Not as impressive as I thought it was going to be, but hey, nice C4. I hope that wasn't jokingly, because that was pretty impressive from the looks of it. Now I am drinking some Starbucks right now. I don't think they poisoned me. I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm always afraid to get Starbucks because I'm afraid they'll put something like milk in there and make my day horrible. But no, they did a good job this time around, and I'm quite happy. But it's all watery now. I got it roughly 2 hours ago, so not as good as it used to be, but I'll take whatever I can get. Thermite exothermic trying to go onto freezer wall, but unfortunately it seems like the Kai trick is going down. C4 trying to be tossed, going over to the C4 wall, and it's going to connect. It doesn't blow up, however. I believe it gets shot out, or it does go off but does not connect. A little hard to say, but overall an unsuccessful C4 coming out from Snail. 1:20 left, and we do see the frag grenade potential going over that bar wall. Silence taking down Arbrick. That's gonna be the castle dead, and we never see those barricades going down. Frag grenade being cooked. It's gonna potentially be ADS not being burned out, and it's gonna be what could have been a killing blow. Not gonna be a killing blow this time. 57 seconds left now, less than a minute, and it's gonna be the Kaid going down, and it's gonna be a snowball effect potentially. Pop shots looking through, penetration shots not being found. Fortra and Ducky Boy, the last one's alive, needing to find to do something out of almost nothing. A 2v2 right now, Ducky Boy finding Silence, and that's gonna be the diffuser going down. Stakes are getting a lot higher. It's not in the attacker's benefit anymore. However, Max Payne, the last one alive, we've seen this story before as well, where Max Payne needs to be able to clutch it out. And while he does find some shots off in the Fortra, it looked like it would have connected. Not gonna be enough, but he does find his luck on the Ducky Boy. This allows the mute to rotate around, and it looks like the Thermite is aware. He does find the shots, and Montreal does take their 3rd win in the first map. Fantastic work overall. Coming out from Max Payne, the clutch master right there, wielding the fire skin. And fun little fact, that's actually the beta skin for the game, for if you were a beta player getting the game after it launched, able to get that fire skin. There was actually a glitch a few years ago where anybody could receive it, but if you weren't around when that skin came out, or glitchly came out, unfortunately you're out of luck. So it's only old people like Max Payne that will be wielding from here on out. The More You Know, featuring Keglanek. Now, I'm not reading chat right now, but in case anyone was wondering, it's a white chocolate iced mocha. It's really good, it's dairy-free, and it makes me happy. That's why I don't get it too often. But all things considered, Arbrick going away from the castle pick could be going into the Legion. Now, that's going to be an interesting choice regardless of the site you go into. It's going to be the last round in the first half, and we are seeing no castle on kitchen this time, and I'm not much of an analyst myself. I like to focus on the play-by-play, but that seems like a misplay right there for Arbrick. We didn't see those barricades go down besides one, and it didn't really bring a lot to the map. It did stall out maybe Bakery for a little bit, but we didn't see much of a Bakery push in general. Now, with that being said, Arbrick is generally your entry player, but he's actually playing a much more anchor roam-centric defense that we've been seeing, especially on the castle, which is primarily a support role. He does turn that into a roaming game after a while, which is good, but generally that's not what the operator's built to do. Patience, however, usually on the support flex, he's actually playing a much more patient game, funny enough, and he was typically the Legion beforehand, and it looks like some early shots going down against both Patience and Platts. It's just a rivalry building up between the two. Gonna be both down to less than 25 health. Drone work going down right now from Pillar Room. Not gonna find anybody. Let's go allow some time for Bananas to get on in. Patience currently in an unknown position right now, normally inside Coat Rack. Gonna be rotating upstairs where it's simultaneously more safe from where the attackers are usually playing, but also just as dangerous because of the roam clear usually playing top down. But no, Montreal is going to the beat of their own drum. They want to play differently, and that's exactly what they're going to plan on doing. 2 minutes left, and the freezer wall is going to be contested once again. Keep in mind, last time we had seen Kitchen, which was last round, we had seen Snail trying to go for a failed C4 over this freezer wall. Vision Mine going to be taken out from there, and the Electro Claw going to be coming out as well. Electro Claw is still there. Unfortunately, no, it's going to get blown up, but that's not going to stop Electro Claw number 2 coming out of his pocket. No C4 from the looks of it. I'm not entirely sure if that C4 has been expedited just yet. But right now, having that point lead, you got to use every single trick you can. And no, 2 C4s still on the board, Fortra and Snail still having it. It is going to be possibly just waiting for that very last moment. Unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to the white chocolate mocha. It is completely drained besides some ice. But it looks like glory after all. It is going to be... No, the Electro Claw at the last second is going to thermite trick the thermite. And with 1 minute left, still no C4s being used. It's going to be nothing but pretty much pre-fires and penetration shots to hopefully help secure the odds. No one on either team has died yet, which is going to lead to a very explosive ending here. Of course, as I say that, Commentator's Curse Wiz takes down Snail, and that's going to be used. 4v5 turns into a 4v4. Fortra does take down Platts, and it's going to be your entry fragger going down at the very end. 3v4, however, Fortra goes down next. Both C4s never to be seen. Banana going to be the lucky man to take that down. Arbrick, however, going to be in the DBNO state, leaving it to be a 2v2 between all the remaining attackers. Patience, however, not able to hold on much longer. Ducky Boy, the last one alive in a 1v4. We've seen this happen time and again for the defenders, trying to make something happen apparently out of nothing, holding on to whatever they can for Kitchen. It is just not their sight. Diffuser's going to go down. We might see the rotate of a lifetime, but instead the hesitation's going to come through. Ducky Boy fighting silence. But is it going to be enough? No. The smoke grenades go down. He's surrounded left and right and through various different angles and even vertically. Ducky Boy is being contested by 3 different angles right now. He needs to trade bodies, but he can't trade anymore on his end. So many have been expedited on the defending side, but it's going to be Montreal winning 2 in a row again. Now that would be 4 rounds in a row, but instead it was broken up by ISU winning 1 more bar defense. But we will be going to the second half now, where ISU will be on the attack and the defense. What is normally a very defender-sided map, not going to have the advantage in this 4-2 split, but instead going to the attacker-sided side this time. Previously Montreal, but now going to be on the attacking side. I'm sorry, on the defending side. It's easy to trip over your words when you're solo casting, but it is what it is. Now, keep in mind we had seen Kitchen 3 times in the last half. It was a 0% success rate for the defenders, but we will be seeing bar, which I believe was a 100% success rate for ISU, and I was correct. Good job, Analysis Keg. You did a decent job. 100% success rate coming out for ISU on their defending side, so it's already looking pretty good for the defenders. Now, as we say that, we do see the Vigil coming out, being 6th pick away for the Mozzie. Mute is going to be there as well. Mute Mozzie, while my Jaeger combo is going to be downright nasty for this defending side. So much intel on the board, and it makes up for the lack of Valkyrie, especially with the Evil Eyes being able to be placed on top of the bars so quickly. In fact, it matched up with the loading in with the screen. He knew exactly what to do. But, of course, we have the Jaeger and the Wamais as well, denying as many projectiles as humanly possible. Fortra, with the elite skin as well. Now, I'm going to give an unpopular and maybe controversial opinion. I don't really like the elite skins that much, or at least most of them. I do like Elite Ella. I do like some of the unreleased elites that have yet to be seen in game, so I won't leak them, but I do like them quite a bit. And with 7 seconds left in the threat phase, it's going to be Montreal who is finalizing those reinforcements, and not anything crazy here. It's going to be Silence using that shotgun, holding inside washrooms, Wiz playing down below. Not going to be playing that pixel angle. I think they're going to leave that solely to Silence to deal with, and it's going to be really down to how the attackers want to play this.
Deploying magnet. Reloading. Getting projectile. Reloading.
Alright, and with that being said, it is going forwards right now. We are seeing that opening hatch play coming out from Red, it seems, very shortly, but the attackers are a little slow at it. We're actually not seeing the most top-down attack style. In fact, Fortress seems to be playing white, similar to what Class was doing so many rounds ago. And, through the wall, you can see a little bit of the model of Maestro sticking out. That's going to be a lot of great intel. I'm not sure if the hitbox itself stuck out that far. That might just be visual cosmetics. Oh, and we do see a little bit of it sticking out again. Is Fortru going to contest that? That might actually be illegal if he does. I'm not 100% sure on that, but even then, that'd be pretty unfortunate. But overall, Patience wants to play as patient and safe as per his namesake, and want to just use it purely for intel. That'll be interesting to see for the VOD reviews. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out for for Montreal's team. Now, it's actually pretty funny. There are multiple other instances like that on Cafe as well. For instance, I believe on the bottom floor going up, it's going to be, I don't know how to describe it. The white stairs going down onto the final landing for the bottom floor. You can actually prone there, face towards the stairs, and your legs will completely stick out. The hitboxes work there as well. And we have actually seen some crazy kills in other T3 leagues from that angle. And a lot of accusations of misplay there with that, but it was legal. Now, we do see the frag grenades going down. It's going to be a Hail Mary going across for that Maestro. It's going to lead to a DBNO, of course. The intel was there because Maestro was sticking his little behind outside the walls of the limits of the map. But the revive does come down, but it's not quite the 50 that we used to see so many years ago now. It's actually going to be only 20 health in the revive. No more resetting in Siege. In fact, it now seems like resetting is such a foreign term in this game that it used to be said almost every single round, every single map. Wiz, however, going to be contesting inside Cigar Lounge, prone at the bottom, waiting to see where those air jabs are going to go, but the air jab actually not going to connect with anything other than the Wamai magnets. We still have Bananas playing from below, and Fortra is as well. That means only 2 attackers at most going to be playing on top. Waiting for that plant to go down, Evil Eyes planting and baiting out the defense pretty much super well, and that's going to be Montreal winning 3 rounds in a row. Yeah, the attack really fell apart at the end there. Patience getting that Hail Mary was probably the play of the round right there, and even then, not able to capitalize on it whatsoever. Overall, it seemed like ISU's attack was just super separated the entire game, or the entire round, might I add. And once they got onto the site, it seemed like every attacker had their own ideas of what they wanted to do. Now, instead of going to kitchen again, we will be returning to reading room and fireplace first time we are seeing it in the second half, second time we are returning to it in this game. It's 2-5 right now, only 2 rounds away from potentially having Montreal winning map number 1. Ooh. Alright, and the fireplace in rating, definitely the most visually and probably most competitively interesting site on the map, and for a very good argument, probably in the game as well. It plays like unlike almost all other sites in the game. It's gonna be 2 bomb sites separated almost entirely by soft walls that could be reinforced, but you'd be an absolute madman to do so. And that's why we never see it, because we don't see too many Insanity plays from North America, but we leave it up to the other regions to do the more aesthetically pleasing and crazy plays. And it's just the way it is.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds
5
left.
seconds left in the prep phase. We aren't seeing too much of a change at all on the attacking side. We do see Arbrick this time going for the IQ pick, and I believe previously it was Ash. Wiz, however, is going to be playing the castle once more. We don't actually normally see castle too often on Reading Room. It does have some viability, especially on the upstairs areas, but I'm not too sure if those barricades are down just yet. But we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to play the patient game and see as well. All those barricades did go down. I don't know exactly where, but we do have one playing inside of trains, and it looks like so far not going to be contested. Now keep in mind, on the other side, we did have Kaid on Snail on Kaid, playing a huge train game, stalling out the attack for quite a while. But it wasn't quite enough to really bring it back. ISU only winning 2 of those defensive rounds, and both of them were in bar. Unfortunately, once giving it up, he had a very rough time afterwards. 2 minutes left now. We're seeing a much slower attack from ISU's side. They have a hill to climb over double and a half rounds going in Montreal's favor. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. But overall, right now, all horizontal plays. We do have one on red stairs. It's going to be the G8 IQ. Of course, it's going to be the G8. And the pre-fire goes down. Actually, it's going to be a really quick shot. Not so much of a pre-fire from Arbrick, taking down Wiz. And Platts follows up, however, taking down Patience. Not so much hard breach potential anymore besides the thermite. But there is a mute on the board, potentially able to deny it. Now, Arbrick, of course, in that engagement with Wiz, does take a Wiz load of damage as well, and he's going to be on a breath of life left. It's a ballet between the 2 teams right now. It's a 4v4, and one person needs to take the lead. Stepping on each other's toes right now, no one's able to find the rhythm that they need to win this round. And with a minute left, the pre-fire's going down from the IQ. It's going to be not happening twice. But the crossfire comes down. Unfortunately, it's not going to go the way as hoped. It's going to be Flats being taken down, and Arbrick does eventually find that kill in the silence as well. The 2v3 right now. Arbrick still barely left alive. Bananas holding these angles, and Max Payne looking around to see what he can do in these last final moments. 39 seconds left, and it's going to be that 2v3 once more. The diffuser not going down yet. Evil Eyes in play, able to potentially deny this diffuse, actually. Thermite Wall can be opening up the left side of train, going into a site, but is it going to be enough? The Aldo's being held on a landing. I'm sorry, the white stairs landing, but Arbrick finds Bananas, and suddenly this Maestro's in trouble. We do eventually now find barricade number 1 being played upstairs. It looks like it was entirely made for the top-down prevention, but that Aldo's not going to find anything. No vertical plays directly above a site. Well, actually a little bit of a site, but it's not going to really warrant enough. He does find some pre-fire shots. He finds one on the Fortress, but is it going to be enough? The GA is not going to prevail, actually. It's going to be ducked away, and ISU will be taking their 3rd win in this map, doing a fantastic job in the process. .3v5 right now. ISU did a good job bringing it back. They really coordinated together, and I honestly think overall it kind of came towards the I'm trying to think of a polite way of saying this, underutilization of knowledge of how to play reading and dining. Maybe a little bit of unfamiliarity would be a better term to say so. What Montreal wanted to do was throw off ISU, but unfortunately they kind of threw themselves off, not able to find a coordinated defense. And honestly, we had seen a coordination from ISU that we hadn't really seen before. Now, granted, we're only 2 rounds going on 3 into this second half, but it's been half and half so far about who's winning this out.
Attackers need to
Montreal
locate
did win
and
that
defuse
first
bombs.
round in the second half, and it's ISU who won the second. But it's going to be this round to determine whether or not Montreal will make it to match point, and we might see overtime, or if ISU can keep trudging on forward and maybe potentially bringing it back. Now, I forgot how much best of ones are killer on the voice, but we still have a whole map after this as well. And who knows, maybe we could go to map 3 as well. It's anybody's game. I assume technically in the higher seed right now in the rankings between themselves and Montreal, but Montreal is giving Illinois State a run for their money.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers are
Interestingly,
moving to the
it's
bomb.
not going to be Bakery completely reinforced. It's going to be partially opened up, and I don't really like this maneuver. I think it's a very dangerous way to play, but if you have what it takes, why not go for it? The Jaeger could be playing behind a bakery cabinet or table. I'm not really sure what that is. It's like a long strip of goods. But it looks like no. It's actually mostly not going to be a bakery defense. It's going to be mostly white. And now, well, Zofia seems to be kind of taking the bait almost. It's going to be them slowly entering forwards.
Might be going out. Defense is all right.
2 minutes left on the clock, however. We haven't seen any opening picks just yet, and this is actually going to be the slowest kitchen game so far in terms of those opening picks. Wiz gonna be playing inside code check right now, has the potential to find maybe Ducky Boy, and that would be huge, taking down the flank watch. But Wiz already being taken a lot of shots in his disadvantage, gonna be barely 25 health and below. Of course, it's still gonna be that slow attack. Angles are being held everywhere. And while it's a triple split push almost, it looks like, no one's really finding too much headway except for Wiz, who does take down the IQ. A minute 30 left, however. It's going to be Montreal right now in a very, very comfy position because it seems like ISU hasn't quite figured out or agreed upon how they want to attack this site. They know roughly where Wiz is, but with a minute and 20 left, there's still no leeway going
Swapping
forward.
mags. Reloading.
Special charge. Stay clear.
Attackers have located the bomb.
Oh, for me, unfortunately so, because for myself. Oh, there we go. We are somewhat back. And it looks like, wow, suddenly 5. It's going to be Montreal still in a very position. Your flank one, even it out. 3. The angles are there, and unfortunately, just a little slide, a little dunk in the trunk for silence. Going to be poking out too much for him to see over Snail, and Snail plants that pistol kill onto the mute. 3 seconds left, it's suddenly evened out only between these two people. Not able to find too much leeway onto A site, droning out everything they can. Any projectile could still be under the use of those magnets, but Wiz is off site, seemingly not really with anybody to refrag if Banana goes down. Thermite wall opens up completely, 15 seconds left, and now Wiz suddenly has a great line of sight going from code check all the way onto the site. 10 seconds left right now. It's going to be Bananas missing his shot. Not able to find anything, but the diffuser goes down. 3 seconds left now. As long as they can stay alive, and they do, double kill coming out from Bananas. Securing yet again another Montreal round, and what was seemingly a huge comeback from ISU. Gonna be the ultimate tilt factor. Match point right now for Montreal. Round number 10 coming all this way. And it seems like Montreal just knows what they're doing at every turn. Now, I can't really speak for the analysis of that last round because I couldn't really see a whole lot. But wow. No! I'm sorry. Wow. My brain is dying. It is straight up goo coming out of my ears. But it's 3-6 right now. Double the points over ISU. And, this is not a great look for ISU either. Illinois State, higher seed, higher ranking. And if they lose this map, and maybe subsequently lose this set, they're going to have a very rough time going forward in the Collegiate Rainbow Six. Once again, returning the bar, Montreal had won this site as well. The only site we had not seen Montreal win in this second half is going to be Dining. It went to ISU, and if it has anything for Montreal to say, for these defenders to say about it, they don't want to go back to Dining again because it did not really go well for them anywhere close to that. It went quite abysmally. 30 seconds left in that prep phase, and we're not seeing a lot of crazy defenders coming out from Montreal again either. Now, interestingly, we did see Max Payne have his model stick out a little bit from the back of that eastern wall, but everything about that eastern side of the map is just buggy in one way or another. Now, what did contest that was the Maverick at the time being on the board, throwing a frag grenade onto Max Payne and taking him down. Unfortunately, no frag grenades actually going to be on the board. It's mostly going to be smoke grenades, possibly for a smoke flank going onto B, maybe having some soft walls open up from Cigar side or the thermite walls as well. But interesting to note, our brick this time, we've been seeing play a lot of very attacker-heavy operators, mostly the IQ, support attacker. And no, normally he is that flex role as well, I believe. I'm going to double check really quick. He is normally... he's normally an entry player. He's not normally that support area. And with him being the roamer right now on that Jackal, not something we see too often anymore. It makes sense. It does make sense. But he needs to be careful still. 2 minutes left on the clock, and so far no headway being made, not even the hatch on red being broken yet. It's going to be the pixel angle from Wamai still being held, and Harbrick playing a very interesting game, looking for any kind of footprints like Elmer Fudd looking for Platz's bunny. But it's Platz playing in pillars right now. He knows someone's abound somewhere, but he does not want to give too much headway. Now, in terms ACOG versus Jaeger's rifle, it's going to be in the Jaeger's advantage, but no, the split push, the pinched angles from Arbrick, and we taking down Platz. That's going to be gigantic, actually, for ISU. The top ranker, I believe, Platz going down first as an opening pick, and yes, he is tied for opening pick. No, he's tied for second place with Bananas, who actually increases the lead as I say that, taking down Snail. Your hard breacher's gone. Cigar wall not open yet, and potentially freezer wall, potentially going to washrooms, or even potentially, a lot of potential here this round, not being opened up. And that's going to be possibly doomed for ISU. So it's a bit of a ping pong match between the two of what is good and what is bad, but losing down on your thermite right at the bottom of Cigar is not a great place to be in. And with 1 minute left, the attackers are scrambling to figure out what they can do next, and they might not even go for the plant this time. Having the flank watch on that gridlock, having the diffuser's a good idea, but they might just play for picks. And of course, rushing in is not going to be ideal. It's going to be Arbrick, who takes a few shots, but somehow in some way not able to find the crosshairs. Bananas, however, is going to redeem himself from those whiff shots, taking down Ducky Boy, bringing it to a 4v3. 4v3, however, does multiply down into a 2v3, or I suppose that would be a divide. I guess exponentially go down. I'm not much of a math major myself. I'm an art major. But Patience and Arbrick are the last ones alive, and Arbrick's already in a really bad spot. 20 seconds left, no diffuser in hand, peeks down for a second and gets destroyed. That's going to be map number 1, going to Montreal over ISU. Illinois State needs to pull a rabbit out of a hat or do something magical to really fix themselves going to map number 2, which I do believe is going to be Clubhouse. Cafe, normally a defender-sided map, proves itself to just be a Montreal map overall, having that advantage going at the end of round 1 and into round 2, winning on the defense. It's going to be Montreal winning it all, and Bananas going 11-5, fantastic work. And while Illinois State was able to find a lot of frags on their side, it just was not enough. It wasn't up to snuff to get that coordination. Now, I do believe we will be going to a short break while we are prepping for map number 2. 5 minutes on the clock, and we will see you then.
Ain't no love like real love, but it goes so fast. All tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pay to my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me Ain't no luck finding real love. Gotta know where to look. Time moves fast, and I've grown up. Yeah, I run to you. Used to pay to my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to map number 2 between Illinois State University and Université de Montréal. Now, I'm not much of a Frenchologist, so that's the most amount of French you're probably going to hear from me tonight. Again, map number 2, with myself tonight being Keglanek and the other co-commentator, unfortunately also being Keglanek as well. But hey, it is what it is. But we will be going to Clubhouse. Previously, we had seen Cafe have a pretty much astronomical success going in Université de Montréal's favor. Now, keep in mind, ISU is currently leading over Montreal in the standings for Collegiate Rainbow Sixth, but in the semifinals, the semifinals not really going in their favor. Montreal really stepped up their game this time around, and it seems like now Montreal has the upper leg. Now, of course, they will be starting on the attacking side for map number 2, and this could be the benefit and the advantage that Illinois State needs to bring this back, especially in the first half. Maybe get that 4-2 statistics advantage, and then just crank out 2 more attacking wins and bring it to map 3. Maybe, very much maybe. But we are going to the most fun part of Rainbow Six. It's going to be the operator bans. Now, if I had to take a wild guess, I'm going to play the guessing game. It's like that old late night show host. I think it was Jimmy Carson, I think, who had the envelope going to his head. And I'm going to say it's Thatcher, Maverick, Valkyrie, Clash. Ban number 1, I'm already wrong. It's going to be Buck. Now, we've been seeing Buck sometimes. I believe ISU banned Buck in a previous matchup. I want to say a previous matchup. But it's going to be a target ban. Buck going down twice in a row in ISU's favor. And we do see Maverick going down next. Now, the Buck Band, like I said, is targeted. One of the players, I believe it's Silence, loves to play the vertical game on this map. But there are other options. You have Sledge and Zofia and Ash as well for those vertical plays. And Valkyrie goes down next as well. So I did get one right. Only one so far. But that's going to allow the Thatcher to be on board. Unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to Maverick for map number 2. And that could make the CCTV wall either much easier or much harder, depending on how well of bandit tricking the defenders can do. But band number 4 is actually going to be Maestro. I guess they're listening in on the stream right now and realized, hey, let's mess with Keglenek. Let's mess with the solo caster. Let's make sure all of his operator band predictions are wrong. And you know what? Fine by me. It's a more interesting game regardless. But with that being said, we will be going to round number 1 right now, and it's going to be Church. Now, of course, if I had to take a wild guess, we're probably going to see the SSG roam come out on the defensive side. Mew, and last one's going to be Mozzie. Here comes the Mozzie. Bandit is out, interestingly. And it looks like Patience is being quite patient about this one. He's taking his time, debating what he wants to do, and how this might affect the game. And it's going to be Legion. No SSG roam. Thank you, Lord Jesus above. It's been too many times where we've seen the game start off in that manner, and more often than not, it goes in the attacker's favor as well. And Legion's going to 6th pick, however. And what's it going to be? But it looks like we're not running IQ. A lot of chat about IQ going down. Thatcher is in play. The Jackal is as well, coming from Silence. Legion still in that 6th pick mode, going to the Vigil instead. Interesting. Now, this is more in line with how Patience wants to play normally. Illinois State does, I'm sorry, no, it's going to be Montreal does have Patience. And do they? No, it is Illinois State. I was mistaken. He's usually a support player, but he's a support player on defense, but he's a flex on attack. So it's interesting that he wants to go for the full-on roaming this time around. It's a little suspicious because we haven't really seen Patience play a deep roam in the last game. He did have a few good plays off-site, but mostly he was holding an entry angle, especially from coat check area. Going into lobby, we saw quite a bit of, but he usually got picked off first, so I'm not really sure what the play is in mind here.
To locate a bomb and defuse it.
We do see the split push seemingly coming out. We have the Thatcher and the Zofia spawning in Lumberyard. And it could very well go above into Rafters, up. Or it could be going into Blue or Stockroom. There's a lot of options these two have right now, but it seems like most of the defenders are playing on site from the looks of it. Which, hey, you know what, is perfectly fine. 2 minutes and 30 seconds now. It's going to be, yeah, it's literally no roamers, it seems, on that 2nd floor or above as either. It's all going to be played down below. Some inside church, some inside dirt. But we are having one unaccounted for on the defense. And in fact, it's going to be Arbrick, who was outside of our camera before playing inside strip club. We don't normally see defenders play inside strip too often, especially when it comes to church. It's a good area for run-out opportunities if they were playing, say, CCTV, but the answer is going to be no. Now, while Moto Hatch does get open, to be prevented from electro claws from that EMP, and hey, it's free real estate. Now, Arbrick right now, seems like he's been droned out a little bit. Seems like he's been identified, it seems, and he's kind of stuck inside this strip area. Now, I'm not much of a stripologist, but I'm assuming there's an official name for the pole and then the area surrounding it, but it is what it is. But whipping those shots, Plant does take down Arbrick, takes a lot of damage in the process as well. Barely clinging on, a single breeze will take them out. Even the muzzle flash may be going to blind them to death with how damaged they are. A minute 20 left, however, though no rotates coming in from Moto down below, and someone needs to make that final push. Right now, it seems like nobody from either side really wants to make that dedicated effort. Max Payne going down the main stairs, looking to see what he can do with this diffuser and maybe open up the church wall. No one's playing inside Moto. It's being watched, but Plants has gone down, and I'm not entirely sure how. Okay, interesting. It looks like whatever it was, not contested anymore. Probably a reset, going away from like the 5 health they've had to the 20. Wiz taking down Fortra as well. It's going to be 40 seconds left on the clock. You've lost down on your Jaeger and your Bandit, and Church is free real estate. Arsenal, however,
Attackers
still
are
being
activating
contested.
the
It's going to be Snail looking to find an exit angle for Moto. It's not to be found, however. A 5v1 right now. ISU is getting pummeled.
located by
It's
attackers.
Snail, last left alive. Snail, the slow one, but at least the most consistent in staying alive. Unfortunately, only consistency can go so far in Rainbow Six. It's going to be a flawless win coming out from Montreal, bringing it all back into what would still be another round win carried over from Cafe. Round number 2 coming out right now. It's going to be Church and Arsenal once again. The Kaid going on Snail once more, or I suppose scratch that, reverse it. But Church going to be attempted once again. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Personally, I think it's kind of a silly idea, all things considered. I think going to CCTV to at least feel it out and potentially see what you can do would be the ultimate good solution. And that's what we had seen ISU do on their defensive half before. But instead, they choose to employ what most teams like to do. They want to try to work Church until it succeeds for them. Maybe they think of a different strat. We're not really seeing too much of a change overall on the defender lineup. The attacker lineup doesn't really need to change. In fact, verbatim, it's going to be the same exact lineup for both sides as last round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
35 seconds left, however, in the prep phase. Nothing really, I think, to be said too much. I think all the reinforcements are going to stay pretty much the same. We might see more roam potential come down. And Patience is no longer playing the Bandit. It's going to be Arbrick instead. And we did see a lot of different operators change around except for Snail. A complete different mix-up, but
10
all the
seconds to
same.
insertion.
Fortra this time going for the Vigil pick. It's going to be Patience
5
now
seconds to
away
go.
from Vigil onto Bandit, who once went to Arbrick. Now I believe Ducky Boy is remaining
Attackers
on
objective
the
is to locate
Jaeger.
a bomb and
So no
defuse.
real change there, but hey, all things considered, still a very valid choice.
Loading new mag. ADS up and running.
Very quick plays coming out already from Garage. The Hibana walls already trying to find a quick peek into the Raptors, and the shots come down already. Fortra having the Fortra. Important opening pick. Actually, that's the first kill they have gotten so far. Now the feed is frozen again. I apologize, but wow, Banana take unfortunately immediate refrag. Keep in mind so far, compared to the 5 kills in total for the game, or 6 totals in the game so far, suicide, 1 kill in total, working in of them. Of course, it's going to continue on. Arbrick does find another kill, however, that's going to be 2 kills in total ISU has had in the game, finding Bananas in the process. No more hatches are going to be open. You have to rely solely on Max Payne. No Maverick on the board either. It's currently banned, so you have to rely on Thermite to open up these hatches. The EMP unfortunately gets tied into some part of the body of the Thermite, going to be taking some damage down.
Activated.
A minute 40 left on the clock as well. Time is ticking down, tick, 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 and we haven't seen much headway onto the actual site. However, one of the
Bomb
lead
located
roamers
by
is
attackers.
currently gone. We're not really seeing much of a follow-up from other roamers, however. I believe
Attackers
the
have
rest
dropped the
are
bomb
on
diffuser.
site.
Attackers
The
recovered the
only
bomb
matter of the
diffuser.
question is one playing inside blue, and the answer is yes. It's Ducky Boy holding a very,
Attackers
very
dropped the
dangerous
diffuser.
angle, but it works out. Dropping down from the hatch, it's going to be Max Payne dropping with that diffuser with seemingly no backup, and the round will now possibly go to ISU. But even with the diffuser in hand, it seems like not much really makes a difference. It's going to be Snail, the last one alive once more.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
A 2v1 right now, 1 minute left, and Snail needs to pull these same angles again. He does find one onto Wiz. Can he find a second one? That's the million-dollar question. Sam's finding out exactly where Silence is going to be. He has those footsteps into his advantage. He
Attackers have
could
recovered their diffuser.
possibly find it. Smoke grenades going down. He wants to go for the play. He's playing as safe as possible. He might very well rotate all the way up into Moto Hatch and watch the angles. Snail's going to be forward. The diffuse is going to cancel down. He might very well try to rotate all the way around, but the drone is watching Snail. They know exactly where he's at. 5 seconds left for that defuse. Smoke grenade no longer in play. The quick peek's coming down, and Silence is being baited once again. He's waiting for that aggression. Someone's gonna be aggressive. That defuse will have a very hard time going down.
15
But
seconds
Snail's
to go.
trying. He's trying his best. He's gonna stick the plant, and no, in the end, he quick draw McGraw's that ultimate cowboy, fastest in the West. It's gonna be Silence who goes away from the defuse and immediately takes down that C7E straight into the brains of Snail. And that's gonna be 2 rounds in a row, 2 times on Church, with a 0% success rate for ISU, and 2 rounds in a row, winning for Montreal. Going to round number 3, it will be CCTV. And yet, this is the choice that should have been made last round. Trying a different site needs to happen more often if it doesn't work in the beginning, because we didn't see any operator changes. We didn't see any seemingly strategic changes other than complete operator mix-up come out on Illinois' side, and it didn't work out for them. They got just as destroyed as before. Yes, they did get some kills, but in the end, it really did not make too much of a difference. They still lost. But Patience this time going for the Mozzie pick away onto the Pulse.
Attackers need to
It seems to
locate
be
and
their
defuse as
play
many
of the
bombs as
game,
they
just
can.
kind of just going away from the Mozzie, just kind of giving him complete rejection each time. And it's frankly been working out. Actually, no, it hasn't been working out. The tiredness is getting to my brain. Montreal, however, only needing a few more rounds to have this statistically... well, actually, no, I apologize. Statistically speaking, already Montreal has all the rounds they need in this first half on the attack. They're on the disadvantageous side, and going forwards, if any other rounds they get is just pure
10
gravy.
seconds
Now, we
remaining.
haven't seen CCTV yet, so it's going to be a matter of whether or not
5 seconds
ISU
to go.
has found their golden goose site. Now, if they haven't found it and they lose another round, it's going to be
Attackers must
even more of a
defuse
huge
the
advantage
bomb.
for Montreal, especially going to the second half, where this map is debatably one of the most defender-sided maps in the game. EMP going down, going to be opening up garage wall. Nothing really available to contest it besides the Bandit, who I believe is still going to be on that CCTV wall. They open up garage, they're going to allow... oh, I'm sorry, the Kaid is in play as well. Now, Bandit is on Raptors. He looks like he's going to be trying to contest down below garage, but no, he's going to be playing it moderately safe, holding stairs. Now, if he went down anymore, he would have been in a very, very dumb position, but he played it smart. He played it safe. He played it precise. It's going to be that Thermite opening up server wall now. That balcony now has a great line of sight on the R-Brick. Patience going down first. Your Pulse not able to find the C4 frag, but the refrag does come out. Ducky Boy does take down Silence, and I'm not entirely sure where all that took place. I believe that may have been near construction from the looks of it. Yes, it all happened in logistics. So there was a big kerfuffle there, but the kerfuffle now has fuffled back onto the site. 1 minute and 48 seconds left, and Arbrick is in a very bad position. He does find Max Payne, and somehow is contesting this server wall. It's looking really good for ISU. A minute 30 left on the clock. Hibana now looking to see what they can do to find possibly some sort of angle onto the site. The pre-fire not going to be effective. And with a minute 30 left, there's still a lot of options to do whatever you need to do, but no diffuser in hand. In fact, I don't know where the diffuser is. I believe it's going to be behind the Hibana. That's right, it's going to be in the entryway, it seems. Holding an angle now outside of garage, waiting for service. Not going to find any action there. Bananas and Plants going up against the world right now. Snail, Portrait, and
Defender has been
Ducky.
discovered.
Gonna be finding one. It's gonna be 3v1. However, right now, 1 minute left. And Plats needs to pull a rabbit out of a hat. There's a lot of rabbits happening tonight, it seems. Or at least a lot of rabbits still being stuck in those hats, not able to ever come out to see the light of day. 45 now, a lot of time being wasted. Gonna be making some noise, concussing themselves. It's not a great look for Plats, but he's gonna try to find angles on not only just construction, but also in Raptors as well. But he's gonna meet bullets from both. ISU finally winning their first round. It's gonna be their golden goose site, it seems, with CCTV. And with round number 4 going on its way, we might be seeing Church come back out once more. Now, if they're smart, they're gonna go gym and bedroom, but hey, I'm not gonna put it against them. See, it's contested. We did see Church in the beginning. But they're going to gym and bedroom, this smart site. Times like this, I wish I had a granola bar. I really need to start keeping more food on my person. I don't really eat a whole lot. Pretty much I eat like 4 eggs a day, and then that's about it. I just want to put that out there. It's all on my mind right now. It's just food. Patience, however, going to go from the smoke pick into the pulse. No Mozzie on the board, however, but the 6th pick usually goes into a roaming decision on ISU's side. Do I agree with that? I mean, you might as well. I don't think it's really adding too much of a benefit one way or another.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Whew. 38 seconds left in the prep phase. However, we are seeing that Jacuzzi reinforcements once again. No Bandit coming out, though. It's going to be the Electric Claws, probably just solely dedicated to Jacuzzi Wall and maybe a little bit for Bathroom. But overall, with that being said, that's going to put a lot more pressure on CCTV. Any kind of reinforcement will open that up, and there are 2 sets of reinforcements abound, and with the EMPs aboard as well, that's not going to be a great sign.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Arbrook, however, with that castle, is going to be locking up its
Attackers
seems
must locate
CCTV.
and defuse
Going to
the
make
bomb.
sure it's going to be very difficult for those attackers to find any success. Whatsoever. Whew, it's hot in my room. Two minutes and 40 seconds left now. Quick peek's going to be coming out from the Hibana. Looking already to find some construction movements, but no, the castle playing very, very aggressively. Wants to poke forward and maybe pop some shots back. He has the UMP, so the likelihood of getting any instant body kills is pretty much null and void. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, however. It's anybody's game right now. Not a single point of damage being taken down from anybody so far.
Bomb has been located.
Castle wall is open. It's going to be actually a quite aggressive rush, it seems. Platts taking out Ducky Boy and Wiz activating the Prox alarm. EMP is going down once again, and now suddenly the defenders need to make a huge rotate maneuver because, hey, they're being contested quite heavily. A minute 50 left, however. Arbrook playing down below inside Games Room. It seems like ISU doesn't really know what they want to do. Arbrook doesn't have a C4 or anything. He could. Oh, he does have the hatch to play around with, but even then, not really the best angles. With the Jackal traps coming out, the Jackal pings coming out as well, it's just no bueno. C4, I believe, came out at one point, not going to connect. Patience taking down a double kill on the Max Payne and Wiz, but Bananas claps back, taking down Wiz, and now down to a 3v2. The Jackal going down next. The Hibana goes down following it. It's going to be Arbrook with their own double kill. ISU now in a 2v1 situation. Platts in a bad spot right now, not able to get the diffuser without fully rotating either outside the window right behind them or rotating fully and making a bunch of noise down below, maybe in Games Room or, yeah, pretty much Games Room. That's gonna be Patience who could find the angle. Rushing around right now, it's gonna be ISU finding round number 4. That's gonna be an even 2v2 across the board. So it seems like maybe Church is just not for ISU. Unfortunately, unless they want to go for the forbidden site, they have to go back to that site again. ISU winning 2 rounds in a row right now. We've actually seen both teams win their 2 rounds in a row. Not really much of a differential coming on, I suppose. In terms of coordination, I do think that Montreal has proven to be more successful at it, but it's these late game kills where ISU has proven to be a huge benefit. The defender lineup not really changing a whole lot. We do see Ducky Boy on the go. Actually, no, it has changed a little bit. Arbrook now on the dock. Otherwise, same exact lineup.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
40 seconds left. Now, I'll be honest with you guys in chat. There is a bag of spicy hot Cheetos. I'm so tempted to get up and get some. I might in a little bit. Casting with a hot mouth. I'm sure that'll be very interesting. But we do see a lot of those reinforcements coming out. You know what, chat? I'm gonna go for it. Here I come, Cheetos.
Stop worrying about grenades now.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining.
Barbed wire is up.
No, don't
Attackers
worry.
must
I won't
locate
munch
and
away
defuse the
on
bomb.
the screen completely, just for the most part. Two minutes and 50 seconds left, however, and we haven't seen any pop shots, any aggression yet. But, of course, as I say that, Platts, though, likes to prove me wrong and already inside Garage. Cameras are going to spot Platts, I believe. I mean, it'll be kind of hard not to, and there's nobody up on the top floor contesting anything. There's no roamers. No roamers at all. Not even on the bottom floor. Now, I do count 5 different defenders watching blue, 1 watching church, and 2 in arsenal. No one's in dirt. But luckily for them, no one's contesting dirt either. Time is counting down, however, and there's a lot of split push maneuvers seemingly coming down between the different teams. 2 minutes now. Just passing by, the pop shots are coming down. That thermite opens up the blue hatch, finding some shots off of Ducky Boy, but he barely escaped his life. Ducky Boy gonna go for the heal on the Doc Stim. See, it's a good thing you didn't play Rook. We've actually been seeing a lot of Rook lately, so it's a good change of pace. Heartbreak, however, going from the heal into the death. He takes and he gives life, the bringer of life and death himself, able to bring it back, taking out the silence that weird Jackal off the board. But the bandit, however, does not want to play any games either. He gets a kill onto Max Payne into the C4, unfortunately not going to connect, and finding the kill onto the Hibana. Not the same ISU we had seen only a few rounds ago, and it's looking like maybe we'll see map number 3. However, Patience not willing to give up just yet, going 6-3 so far, gets a triple kill on the central stairs, taking down that diffuser and forcing Platts' hand. But it looks like it doesn't have to be for Bandit. A flawless round coming up for ISU, and what was seemingly a very difficult site for them in the beginning, now going to be in their benefit. Winning, I believe, 3 rounds in a row. It's going to be ISU either taking the lead or being tied up completely. It's going to be them taking the lead, 3v2. At this rate, we will be seeing map number 3 if they can keep this up. However, they are just playing patty cake and catch up right now. We could see an even 3v3 half for the attackers themselves, and that would be really good in their benefit. But if we see ISU win this next round, it will statistically be about the same as we would hope for the defenders winning those first 4 rounds, or 4 rounds on defense. Ten seconds left in this operator choosing phase. I'm not seeing a lot of craziness come out here. At this level of play, we're not going to see crazy operators all the time, like, I don't know, Amaru or
Defenders,
anything to
protect your
pull
bombs
like
from being
crazy
defused by
shenanigans.
attackers.
We do see the Clash occasionally, maybe some other unorthodox picks, but the Buck has been banned, and I think the ban phase alone is probably the craziest in terms of operators looking to see
Bomb
this game.
located by attackers.
Now, interestingly, we are not seeing Echo really much at all on the defense. In fact, we haven't seen him once, despite him being not banned. Now, normally a lot of teams, when Echo's not banned, they want to take full advantage of that fact and have that yokai on the board. But no, this time we're not seeing that. And that might be for the best, because sometimes it can be a hindrance as well.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. The round begins.
Throwing magnet. We are protected.
Device is going dark.
Razor wire going up. A really big fucking hole coming right up.
Not a lot of action happening out in the beginning. Harbrick still watching inside rafters. Inside rafters, it's to be Max Payne, however, who finds Fortra first, and Losing the Legion, not the biggest deal. He does get more powerful as the rounds go on, as the timer goes down. So it is kind of a huge loss, I suppose. But Wiz taking out Arbrick as well. That's gonna be a follow-up as well. Double kill coming out. Ducky Boy going down next, and now it's suddenly a 2v5. Bananas taking out Snail. It's 5v1. What am I saying? Patience. Being patient inside the bathroom. Last one alive right now. I believe identifies himself. Silence now knows someone is going to be nearby. But Patience is seemingly not aware that someone's there. It's going to be Patience, though. However, in a dual gunfight, but Silence, waiting from behind, gets a flawless round back-to-back from ISU, transferring that flawlessness over to, onto Montreal. Now we do have a 3-3 even half. Statistically, it's going in Montreal's favor still, but now they are on defense. Now we did see Church defense for a long time not work very well inside ISU's favor, but they want to try gym and bedroom first, the tertiary site usually for this map. They want to try it out themselves and see what they can bring to the table, and you know what? I say all the power to you. Let's see it happen. We do see the castle going down, of course. We normally see a lot of castles on gym, bedroom. No real surprise there. In fact, there's no surprise to the operators this time, pretty much at all. We do see the Mozzie this time, for real, for real. Normally we don't. But I'm glad to see we actually see it on the board.
Ready to engage. Deploying ADX.
30 seconds left, however, in this prep phase, and the castle is opening up all the walls. Again, we're not going to see a lot of craziness with the reinforcements or with the castle barricades. It's really just going to be a huge CCTV hold for him, and the barricades going for Jim.
Firing on grenades now.
10 seconds remaining.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Drones ready.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. It's an even 3v3 between the two teams. Now, if Montreal can win this round, it'll be 4-3, which may not seem like much, but that means they win the first of their defensive rounds and sets a dangerous precedent for the rest of this game. However, we do see Snail watching in dirt. No poke holes, no bullet holes, or anything to contest him. In fact, he's aiming at nothing. Arbrick from down below trying to figure out what he can do to rush onto the site, but he's stalling out quite a bit, waiting for that thermite to open up the walls. Patience on the Thatcher, waiting for those EMPs as well to come on over. And some explosives are about to come out. But that's not going to stop Max Payne to go for potentially the bandit trick. Now let's see if it's going to be successful. Snail still holding on. The EMP seemingly not going for that jacuzzi wall. I'm not really sure what happened there, but it is what it is. Snail, however, attempting to go for it. EMP is going to go down. Are we going to see the bandit trick? And Arbrick might be down there behind to stall out that bandit tricking. But someone's watching the top of that bedroom. Possibly going to save the bandit's life, and I believe that's going to be Bananas. Now, I'm not too sure if that... Oh, it still hasn't been opened up yet. Arbrick backing out, but the wall's going to open up. Arbrick with the ultimate distraction, going to be allowing the attackers to push on forward. And pushing on forwards is the name of the game right now. It's going to be the bandit pushing downstairs, not being so patient after all. Holding this angle, but no, he is patient, but it's going to be Arbrick who finds the angle first, taking down Max Payne. It's a 5v4 right now. 50 seconds left, and Montreal has the man disadvantage. They can hold on to the site as much as they want, but they need to be able to win these gunfights. 40 seconds going down now, and that diffuser was dropped. It was handed off onto a more supportive character. Flashbangs going out galore. Timmy smoke grenade going down. Snail does find Wisdom to the double kill. It's looking pretty good for ISU. Diffuser going down. Smoke grenade number 2 as well. Gonna follow up and not gonna connect, but that's gonna be Banana with a good kill onto the diffuser. Silence with the smoke grenade kill as well. 10 seconds left. Where are these attackers at? There's 3 left and only 1 diffuse and 1 defender.
5 seconds left.
Where have I heard that before? 3 attackers, 1 diffuser. Whew. Banana, however, not able to find those pop shots. Diffuser goes down. ISU winning the first round in the second half. Overall, really good coordination at the very end. A bit of a stall in the beginning, but after all. So for anyone watching, apparently one of the charges got glitched out, which is always nice to see. I believe Snail was the thermite, which would explain why it did take a little bit longer than usual for that wall to open up. But thank you, Snail. Thank you for the clarification. But going to the 8th round right now, going to Church. Gym and Bedroom didn't really work out in the favor that Montreal was hoping for, but it looks like we might be seeing an SSG roam right now, possibly depending on what Platts wants to play.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
40 seconds left, and we are going to not be seeing that castle, however. Interesting choice to move away from castle, expecting a much more SSG roam-like atmosphere, I suppose. But having Platts on the pulse is going to throw things off a little bit potentially for these attackers. Now, if this is the case, and now the attackers think it's going to be an SSG roam, they're going to go from the upstairs and work their way down. But that's what Platts is hoping for, and going to be using that C4 to potentially take down the enemies.
10 seconds remaining.
Now keep in mind, only a few rounds away from approaching match point. It's going to be Montreal who needs to at least tie it out right now if they want to win 2-0.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Door secured. Mobile cover activated.
Arbrick already rushing in, looking for whatever he can inside kitchen. Not going to find a whole lot in the beginning, however, and I'm not sure where this pulse actually ended up going. He's going to be playing from below inside kitchen. He's in a very good position right now to open up some bullet holes, and the Ash is seemingly not aware because they're on the drone. But waiting for whenever they approach inside, still on the drone, waiting to come in. This could be a really big important kill if Snail goes down.
Nitro deployed.
But the C4 going to go through. That's going to be Arbrick going down. Big yikes, and that's going to scare away the Thatcher. Yikes. Drone going down, however, 2 minutes now, almost nearing its end. Banana playing inside bar, not something you see too often. It works out mostly not in the defender's favor in this area, but I can understand the idea behind it. A minute 50 left on the clock. The attackers have the disadvantage. But what is the next step? Right now, your Banana hiding in the landing in between the stairs, and there's 2 inside Strip Club and Fortra on the 3rd pushing up. They're roam clearing quite a bit, and I don't think they've put together that the pulse is in play. Now, they should have, because the pulse was originally going to be a castle, but they 6-picked off of it, so they have to know there's no castle on the board. But who knows how deep into thinking they are, how much into strat analysis they're in. A full minute has gone by and barely any shots have gone down. It's going to be the Pulse hiding at the bottom, taking down Ducky Boy. That's going to be 2 for 2. Whew. Looking good so far, and potentially maybe finding a 3rd, but that C4 is going to be too little too late. If they push up a little bit more, it could be another kill. Waiting for that to blow up. And it's going to be Fortra looking around still for the roam clear. But it's going to be Silence, however, finding inside service, taking down Fortra. So far, a flawless win for the defenders. No real contest going on. Snail making his way through the fires and flames. It's a Guitar Hero trying to make his way through in face up against the smoke. The smoke has the angles, he has the smoke as well, and that's gonna be 30 seconds left. Flash grenades aren't gonna do a lot, and the attackers are essentially stuck. And it seems like Snail's aware of this, realizing he can't really aggress forwards. One defender watching their angles from inside the stairs, so far away, they are completely stuck. 15 seconds left on the clock, and again, that's the end of the round. They have to save it.
5 seconds left.
No real hope left coming out. It's going to be 0 seconds left, and that is going to be a tied round between Montreal and ISU, bringing it 4-4. But we're only a few points away from seeing who will bring it either into overtime, war map number 0 or 3. We could potentially end it here in a few rounds, ladies and gentlemen, but it depends on how Montreal plays. Now, they did win the more conventional church site, and they will be going to CCTV now. So maybe instead of throwing the enemy off, they wanted to get rid of their tertiary site first and just have 2 clean wins in a row to grab the advantage. It makes sense. It does make sense. Operator lineup not really going to change a whole lot for CCTV. We do see the Doc come back out again. Probably going to play Raptors. The Womai is in play. Band, of course, is there for that server wall. Always nice. And that's about it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Stop worrying about grenades.
35 seconds left in this prep phase, and we are seeing your conventional hold 1-4. No crazy sick fix from either side. It's going to be the Thatcher helping open up garage wall, assuming in the beginning, then helping open up server wall, and then try to get frags from there. I'm definitely curious to see where this Doc is going to go. But that's really all the crux of the round to the extent of the unique analysis you're going to hear.
10 seconds remaining. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
4-4 right now. This is still going to be an important round because if Montreal can win this round, they will be a point away from max point. Now put them at a closer advantage. Technically, they have the advantage right now for being on defense already on Clubhouse. Statistically, always the better site, but you never know. You never quite know. It didn't quite work out for the favor of ISU. So maybe it's just a very attacker-sided.
Bomb located by attackers.
Matchup percent success rate for on Jim, but Montreal on Church is a 100% success rate. 1 instance left, and it looks like holes are already being opened up. And the tricking already beginning to get started. Drone gonna go out, not so much an EMP just yet.
Defense is up.
Device placed.
A minute 58 left. Not a lot of action really coming down, and looking like the Womai Magnet gonna stop quite a bit of projectiles. But is the thermite gonna be stopped? And the answer is seemingly yes. At the very last possible second, that is gonna deny the thermite charges, and it looks like again the Hibana pellets are gonna be coming down. 2 hard breaches at once. That's gonna be quite tricky for Wiz, and it looks like he does have to keep it up. He did not take down the exothermic. I am wrong. I apologize, but he did manage to take down some Hibana pellets.
Launching drone.
Moving cell. Move out.
1 minute left on the clock. Still no frags across the board from either team. No one has died yet. I believe the Doc is still going to be in Raptors. He has potentially a great angle onto that Thatcher and vice versa. But they're both just barely not able to see each other. They're off by millimeters. That could be devastating. But no, it's going to be the Doc who decides to move up a little bit and maneuver themselves around. There is a reinforcement in the way to help prevent some free fires. But the Hibana is going to be taken down. No, I'm sorry. No, it's the Zofia being taken down from below. Wiz finding Fortra. And wow, no follow-up either. The Hibana pellets, I believe, are trying to open up that Raptor's wall. But no, not having much success either. And that's Harbrick as well, finding very little success, finding the head of Bananas. B-N-A-N-A-N-A, dead. Not quite yet.
15 seconds to go.
15 seconds left to go, and it's going to be finding the mute. 2 kills coming
10
off
seconds remaining.
on the board for the attackers. Since Green Max Payne taking down Patience. There we go, another kill going for the attackers, but it goes back and forth. Right now, the attackers' last one is going to be stalling inside of Garage. One is planting. The Nomad goes down, and that's going to be a Montreal win. 5-4 right now. They took that lead over ISU once more. It was a few rounds where ISU did have the lead and tied it back, but now they are back in action. Now keep in mind, Montreal did win map number 1, and they are back in the lead for map number 2. Now they need to win the next 2 rounds in a row if they want to be able to say goodnight for the night. Arbrook, however, funny enough, having the most amount of kills in the game, but on the losing end of the scoreline. Also, something to keep note is that Montreal has won their first 2 rounds in a row in the second half. Really important to see. ISU has been struggling quite a bit with that in the last few rounds. Fantastic work all around, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. The Thatcher does make things a little bit more predictable when he's in play, but then again, without him,
Defenders, protect
same
your
maneuvers
bombs
are
from being
kind of
defused
in
by
place
attackers.
too. I mean, overall, we've been seeing similar play styles between many of the E3 teams, and I can't necessarily blame them. If it works, it works.
Worrying about grenades now. I'm trying!
Barricade up! Ready to engage.
10 seconds to insertion.
Flying AD.
5 seconds left before insertion.
All is done!
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
All right, like I said before, statistical advantage not only in the scoreline, but also being on the fence for Montreal right now. It really helps a lot for their position. Already waiting for the Bandit Trick. Max Payne is prepped up and ready for whatever this Thermite's going to bring out.
Attackers have located a bomb.
But yikes, the ADS is already being burned away. No one contesting Fortra outside of the central sub-roof.
Device placed, drone spreading open.
Bomb located by attackers.
2 minutes left, however, and it's going to be potentially Jacuzzi wall opening up. Wow! Fantastic work all around. A lot quicker than before that we had seen. No glitched out exothermics, it seems. But that's going to be Banana taking down Arbrick. The Hibana had done their job, but it seems like it's not all over yet. There's still another hard breach on the board, and it's going to be the Thermite.
Drone is ready
And
to go.
he seems to just be huddling with that diffuser, waiting to see if anyone's going to peek out again. Patience, however,
Disabling electronics.
looking to see what they can do as well.
Activated device.
A minute and a half left in the round. Fortress still looking for any potential peeks coming out from CCTV. Snail does find the first kill onto Montreal's side. That's going to be Platts. And right now it's a bit of a struggle bus for both teams. Finding angles, but also not really finding a whole lot at the same time. It's going to be just kind of a stall overall, if that makes any sense. But the smoke playing inside a very interesting loadout, or an interesting angle inside of construction. I'm not really sure what he's supposed to be peeking after. Obviously, he's going to be peeking in case anyone goes by the main gym window, but the smoke grenades will put him in a very vulnerable position running that way. But Max Payne holding down in bathroom, taking down Snail. Not really sure why he didn't pre-fire that, but it is what it is. Now Ducky Boy looking to enter inside
Attackers
Jim
have
while it's
recovered
still
their
silent, holding down those angles, but it's gonna be behind him on construction, where he's gonna face some problems, potentially. Owen Snail says he did attempt to go for the knife, and that's not the best situation to be in right now when you're already a point behind and you're a half behind as well. Smoke grenades going down, stalling down the attacks a little bit. Diffuse going down. Keep in mind it's a similar story that we've seen before. Patience taking down Wiz, but those smoke grenades did take down the diffuser last time. Patience with the double kill as well through the penetration shots, waiting for the 000, and there we go, another round. Gonna potentially, no, not immediately. Now gonna be going in the favor of Montreal. Ladies and gentlemen, potentially going to be the final round coming up next of the night for a 2-0 in Montreal's favor. They only need one more round to secure the bag.
Defenders win.
But they did such a good job with that last minute push. They held their angles and waited for the attackers to progress, which they have been doing for the last 2 maps. And this is when they finally redeemed themselves, winning Jim. They didn't quite do that the first time they went there, but it seems like they've cleaned up their act quite a bit. Keep in mind now, this will be 3 rounds in a row Montreal has won, and it seems like despite all the aggression you are seeing on the screen, in terms of comms, I think, and maybe just team coordination, we are seeing ISU run out of a lot of steam.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Deploying ADS!
Hello, I'm back. 30 seconds in that prep phase now. Again, going to church, 100% success rate for Montreal. But something to keep in mind is that it's a slightly different operator loadout as well. No castle again, gonna be going for that pulse. Now keep in mind, before Platts got a fantastic, I believe, double or triple kill. At the very least, double kill. When it came down to him and his beautiful C4 play into, I believe, a kill immediately after on main stairs. But this is ISU's potentially last chance to really do anything this game. Need to figure out ultimately what they're doing wrong, because right now they have that coordination, they have the ACOGs, but they're just not able to find that final push onto the site, and when they do, they get taken down very quickly.
Special charge. Stay clear.
Hibana already opening up seemingly the kitchen hatch. Is there going to be an impact trick? The answer is going to be no. It's going to be uncontested. No Kayid on the board, and Arbrick through the floor taking down Platts. Okay. I'm sure we're going to see something in chat about that one, because that was a crazy shot and very well predicted. Of course, that means it's going to be one less C4 on the board as well, potentially from underneath, where you might see the Goyo C4 come into fruition. However, that's a little bit more risky because you don't have the exact telltale signs of where those people are going to be that the cardiac sensor can provide. Instead, you have to go on pretty much with intuition and sound. Also, the hatch is open, so it's going to be kind of hard to find that angle. But the attack becomes slow once more. Minute 50 left. We're seeing the attackers droning out quite a bit. Hibana going crazy, opening up all the hatches possible. And the Thermite hasn't had to open up anything just yet, but we might see that happen once Church Wall becomes available. Wiz, however, has taken quite a bit of damage. It's Moto hatch open, not able to rotate around there anymore. Snail does find another kill onto Max Payne. That's going to be a 3v5 right now. That the winners right now, the people in the lead, need to bring back in order to win this matchup. A stall out right now. Snail comes in to go for the diffuser. It's going to lead to an easy one, almost a 2K, but no, he whiffs both those shots. DB and L going to be on the Zofia, gets themselves back up, but wow, Wiz with a triple kill, it seems. Able to secure it all the way back. ACOG on Patience, waiting patiently down the hall, not able to
Attackers
find it,
recovered the bomb
but that could
diffuser.
be the defuse going down very momentarily. It doesn't seem like the Thatcher's aware that the mute is playing from above, and where is this diffuser going? That's the million-dollar question, but it's going to go in the safest place possible, next to the reinforced walls. The mute is seemingly aware of this. I'm not sure if he has a C4, and he does. C4 going to go down, does not connect, unfortunately. And now the round could go to anybody, and it's going to be an ISU round. Wiz did a fantastic job with, I believe, a triple kill, but that C4 unfortunately just barely falling short. 100% success rate going down back to a 50%. ISU winning their first game since the very first one at the second half, or first round in the second half. Round number 12, however, this will determine whether or not we end it here tonight at a 2-0 or we go into overtime. Now, of course, going into overtime can still potentially mean we still end it on a 2-0, but it just means the game will have a few more rounds. Of course, no crazy operator lineup coming out again for CCTV. I believe CCTV is still 100% success rate for Montreal. We've only seen it once in the second half, and the answer is yes, it is a 100%. So it's up to now to see whether or not that 100 is going to turn into 50,
Attackers
or if
need
it's
to
going to
locate
stay
and
that way,
defuse as many
like I had
bombs
just
as they
said.
can.
Whew. Fun times, fun times. Not a lot of crazy reinforcements going down. We do see silence on the smoke, and I don't believe we had seen that before. I think he was a mute instead.
10 seconds
I
left.
could be a little mistaken, but it is what it is.
5 seconds to go.
Now, the Doc didn't have a lot of luck last
are
time when it
moving out
came
to
to
locate
those
a bomb and
Raptor
defuse
peaks.
it.
It was him and a bit of a stall out with Patience on that Thatcher from before on server wall. So I'm curious to see if that's going to translate over yet again.
Stand by to witness the battle.
Bandit already prepped up and ready for that server wall, waiting to see who is going to use those EMPs or whatever's going to happen next. You can always go from below if you're Zofia, potentially get some action down, but it looks like the answer is going to be no to that as well. But there is a defender playing underneath. 1-2 inside Jim, and if the cardiac sensor goes down from Platts, we could see an early kill on that Sibana. Now, we did see the split push coming out from last time as well. It was a split push mostly from server, wall, and from construction. Towards the very end, we did see the Nomad on Ducky Boy go into Raptors, but that was shut down extremely quickly. But it looks like it's going to go faster overall. Hibana pellets already opening up inside construction, blasting it open.
Drone ready.
Place device.
Silence, however, now
bomb
needing to
has been
watch his
located.
angles a little bit tighter. He has to crouch pretty much all inside cash room. If he peeks any further, he could get domed by the Hibana, but everyone's rotated away. Now, it looks like the Bandit trick is going to take down Exothermic number 1. Not going to quite work out the way he had hoped. But where's the Bandit? The Bandit is still going to be repelled on the left side. And now what I'm curious about is, where is this Pulse at? Looks like he may have rotated upstairs. The answer to that, no. He's potentially looking for the run out.
Defender is approaching the kill zone.
He's not going to
Defender
find the
exposed.
run out. He's going to go and jump. Find one outside. Plants does take down Ducky Boy, but Arabic is there to refrag. But wow, refrag City going around everywhere. Forge for taking down Max Payne. 1 minute left on the clock. It's a 3v4. Smoke Grenade's going to go down, poisoning Porcher quite a bit. Going to take off some damage, but not quite a bit, not quite a lot. Whew, 50 seconds now on the clock. 46. And now the attacking has stalled once again. Keep in mind, every second that goes down is going into the favor of the defenders. 4v2 though, double kill team up from Arabic. And wow, a refrag coming out from Silence as well. It's going to be taking down the Hibana, who's been plowing through and taking a lot of damage off. Zofia unwilling to move any further, does get
Defender
taken
has
down.
left the
Fortune getting
designated
another
staging
kill.
area.
2v2,
Defender has
diffusers
been
down,
discovered.
and one is waiting on the server. While one's waiting from above, and this will make or break if we go into overtime or not.
Loading back.
But everyone's seemingly not peeking those angles. Time is going down, and it's the smoke who might be going for that
Attackers need
defense,
to
the
protect the
fuse.
diffuser.
But no, the mute takes both of them down. We will be going to overtime. Patience with the double kill. Going into overtime in map number 2. Map number 2 coming out once again. I'm curious to see what's going to happen this time around. Operator changes, of course, not going to go really too different. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be back and forth attack and defense on both sides. No, defense, 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 attack, attack, attack. Nope, not this time. It's going to rotate around like good old-fashioned Siege. But Montreal's going to have an advantage. They're going to start off on a defense again inside Church, which they haven't completely won. In fact, there's been no sight on Montreal's side where it's a 100% success rate. But you got to take what you
Attackers
can.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
"25 seconds left, and ooh, a huge dirt defense coming out from both the Pulse and the Goyo. We had seen that before, and it did actually work out towards the end. The Snail, I believe, on the Thermite, who pushed at the very,
10 seconds
very
left.
end of the round with, I believe, I want to say
5
Patience,
seconds to insertion.
trying to get those Goyo shields down, but that again with the smoke grenade really stalled them out, and that allowed a Church win to come out for Montreal. But 6-6 right now. It's anybody's game. It could possibly go to map 3. ISU has shown up a lot more than they did in map number 1, but they've also been falling short quite a few times. Flat's already taking quite a bit of damage in the very beginning. C4 potentially coming down. I'm not sure. I heard the rip, but it looks like it was canceled. But it's going to be Arbic in a very, very good spot right now. I don't believe the kitchen hatch was reinforced. Nope, it was. We were looking at the wrong angle.
Going live.
But trying to find that same exact spawn peak from below. Well, not quite spawn peak. We're still trying to find the same frag from below, but unfortunately the C4 is going to miss. I don't think they're really quite aware that they're repelled, but C4 is unfortunately going to be gone.
Bomb located by attackers.
Looking around right now, it's 6-6 still on the board. Everyone's still left alive, and oh my god, the attackers are getting so close yet so far for finding these penetration kills, but no penetration today, unfortunately. Silence, however, is playing an interesting game. He's on the mute, possibly trying to go for a flank hit. All of his utility's down, so I mean, I guess. Why not, right? He does have the C4, and Ducky Boy is seemingly aware that there is someone near stock room. He's looking around to see where this mute's at, but the mute possibly already rotated? Question mark? No, Ducky Boy just didn't see him. That's going to be possibly huge. Ducky Boy does have a great line of sight rotation onto the attackers going to kitchen right now, and if he takes use of that, that could be a game changer. But Ducky Boy is well uncontested completely inside generator. Not finding a whole lot of action, but it's going to be Silence taking down Arbic. That's going to be a great opening pick, but no Wiz gets taken down right after. But Ducky Boy finds Max Payne as well, and that is going to be another one. What is happening with Montreal? They are not playing the same team as before. 3v1 now. It's down to the mute last alive, almost finding some shots down on Thermite. That's going to be the diffuser being C4'd, and he's playing a very dangerous game once again. To his left and to his right, there are enemies on both sides. Can he find the lucky shots? He does find some more pop shots onto Patience, and that's going to be the DB&O. But the Sophia going to show up at the very end, getting some more shots off, and only seemingly like one bullet connected.
15 seconds
Ooh.
remaining.
Oh no! C4, no! And that's going to be ISU taking the lead once more, and it looks like we might be locked and loaded for a map number 3. I don't even know what round this is right now. Round number overtime match play. Screw it, I can't do numbers. We are going to a random site. I wish that was a thing. That would be fun. But no, we're going back to church again. This is now looking very, very good in ISU's favor. They did not, Montreal did not win the defending round, unfortunately. But now it's a good chance for ISU to win their defending round. And now looking back in my notes very quickly, we do see Montreal pretty much winning every single church attack round. From the looks of it, I believe there may have been one instance towards the very end of the first half where ISU have won it, but even then, for the majority of the time, it's been in
Defenders,
Montreal's
protect your
favor.
bombs from being defused by attackers.
It's a back and forth between these two teams. Keep in mind, the ranking for ISU is still a lot higher than Montreal's. Montreal's been putting up a really good fight. So much so is that they won map number 1, and we might be seeing map number 3 come on out.
Unrolling razor wire.
10 seconds
Not really
remaining.
much to say when it comes to the defensive lineup that we see here. It's
5
pretty much
seconds
the
left
same as
before
all the
insertion.
other rounds. Not really much variation. Not
Attacker's
much
objective is to
change
locate-
going on. But if they can make a rabbit pull out of a hat or something
Defender
along
is
those
exposed.
lines, it's going to be very nice.
Needle set.
It's a slow match so far. Thermite already opening up the dirt walls. One plate inside kitchen for whatever reason. I don't understand. But it looks like they rotated out as soon as they were pinged. It was going to be Arvik holding on with the MP5. Not going to be Doc, interestingly. That gives signs that it's going to be a much more aggressive operator play. But it looks like no. The answer is not going to be aggressive plays. It's going to be, I'm going to hold on to the site because I want to go to map 3.
EMP incoming!
Says
On the
ISU.
other side.
Ivana opening up kitchen hatch. That's not going to be any crazy peaks going down from below. Hatch number 2 going to be opening up very shortly after, and I believe that's going to be match number 3 following up very soon, quite after as well. A minute 40 left on the clock. No kills, no breaches, not oh well, some breaches, nothing crazy so far.
That should sting a lot.
Bomb located by
But
attackers.
the vertical plays coming down from low in central hallway could be really huge for finding some rotation picks potentially. It looks like no one's playing in that hallway anymore. Wiz taking out Arvik, and that's going to be a great opening pick for Montreal. Taking down the only one of 2 people with 3 armor and an ACOG potentially, but I believe Snail is not using the ACOG, but in fact using the hall.
Lights out.
Baller is frozen once more. But it's not long for this. We have 3v5, 2v5. We may very well see overtime going right now. 1v5 Patience last left alive. They've made it this far. We may see an overtime close win come out from Montreal.
Attackers are
Concussion
activating
grenade
the
going
diffuser.
down. Patience playing. You guessed it. I bet you never guessed it before up until now, but playing patiently. Still playing patiently. Very patiently. 30 seconds left with this diffuser going down, and they seemingly know where he is. They're kind of triangulating where to find patiently. Zofia Concussion gonna find him, and he's pretty much forced into a little corner that he can't really escape from without facing against a flurry of bullets. And with that being said, flurry of bullets do come out. It's gonna be the Zofia Concussion grenades colliding straight into the body of that bandit. Gonna be destroying him into smithereens, just obliterated. And now we are on match point overtime. The absolute possible last round to come out between Illinois State and Montreal. Now, it is on defense for Montreal. They have not been winning their defensive rounds, however, in overtime. In fact, even round number 12, the last round we had seen, did not win either. They've been struggling a little bit on their defense. And, you know, who to really blame for that? It's hard to say. I would say mostly their lack of adjusting their team composition might be one, but also just playing the same exact plays every round might be another one. But it is what it is. No amount of coffee was preparing for me for this best of 3 solo cast, but we are doing whatever we can to stay awake. Even the fiery hot Cheetos only did so much.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as
But
they can.
the very, very, very last round. No.
Stay clear of ADS line of fire.
Okay. So it is the very last round. I was confused for a second because it doesn't say overtime match point. It just says overtime. I've never noticed that before, but we also don't go 7-7 very often. And you also don't see score lines ending with 9 too often either. So you can understand the confusion a little bit. Maybe it bugged out. Maybe there was a super secret update that none of us knew about. But we are seeing the same defenses come out once again. Platinum time remaining on the castle for CCTV. Not something you see every day, but we are seeing some interesting rotations going out of gym and the barricades. One going to be employed right now, going to be going onto gym's window, and another barricade which we do not know. It looks like there is a glitch drone. I don't really know what that means. Did the drone glitch out? Is it glitching out in someone's favor? The world may never know.
Lock the door.
Going live.
Bomb located by attackers.
Oh, there's another castle barricade. It's going to be locking off rafters completely. That's a very, very bold choice. I understand where they're coming from, but it's going to narrow down the line of sight for the rotate against that dock to pretty much just limit that one area. But hey, you know what? If it works out, maybe it's worked out in scrims before, and that is going to be the bandage tricking coming out as well against the thermite exothermic. But normally we've seen split pushing come out from this area. A lot of soft walls, a lot of potential peaks coming down, and it's going to be castle number 3. It's going to be pretty much where we've been seeing the majority of the attacks before.
Activated device.
5v4 right now. It's going to be
Bomb has been
Snail
located.
taking down Wiz with an exothermic charge. That is a big old yikes. Silence still holding on from behind the iron shield. It's going to be Arvik and Ducky Boy trying to make something out of nothing, but Ducky's barely alive. Now Arvik seemingly going to be going through inside construction, trying to find some sort of kill, but I believe it's going to be the Jaeger who might be potentially stopping that. Jacuzzi wall, I don't believe. Yes, currently is open. Not able to find the pre-fire shots. Would have been a perfect headshot there. Snail finding another kill onto Max Payne. And that's going to be your main anchor down. Next to the smoke, of course, still alive. But
Reloading.
once more, not sure what is currently going on, but it's going very well in ISU's favor. 56 seconds left. That's going to be the from Silence. Diffuser going down. Just because there is the man advantage in ISU doesn't mean that they can't bring it back with this diffuser being in play. But it's going to be Patience finding that kill onto Silence. And it's going to be the diffuse going down. But the diffuse gets shut down once again. Headshot very quickly from Bananas. 30 seconds left. And if they can stall out this diffuse, then we will be saying goodbye tonight. But it seems like no, they got the diffuser really quick, and they're switching positions. ISU winning map number 2. We will be going to map number 3, which I believe will be Consulate. I don't entirely remember, but that is okay. ISU winning map number 2. It is 1-1 in terms of the maps, and this best of 3 has gone to the 3rd map. Now, I believe we will be taking a short break in between maps. Patience and Arabic doing a fantastic job going 14 and 13, really showing up at those kills and those refrags quite a bit that game. Man, we'll see going into the next map what kind of craziness we will have next.
Music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. Oh you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. Oh you meant the world to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a best of three between Illinois State University and the Université de Montréal. My name is Kegonek, and with me today is my co-caster, the other hemisphere of my brain. Now, they're both working not so much in tandem right now. It's like I'm having a cerebral hemorrhage, but you know what? It's okay. We'll get through this together, chat. We'll get through this together. But overall, in terms of gameplay, we're having a fantastic game going on. The University of Illinois didn't do so hot in the first game on Cafe, but they brought it back in a spectacular fashion in game number 2 against the Université de Montréal, who also did quite well as well, going 7-7, going the full distance on overtime match point for both sides. But it was ISU who just barely climbed out on top. But we will be going to Oregon right now, and I'm curious to see how this is going to go down in terms of the operator bans. We did have the target ban for the Buck last game, and we did have other crazy bans like Maestro and Valkyrie go down as well. But are we going to see that again? Is the $1 million question. Are we going to see more target bans? And the answer is I don't know. First ban going to be going down, it will be the Maverick. We did see Maverick get banned on the last map as well, and we did see Maverick in play on Cafe, and Patience did do quite well with him, so maybe it's a target ban, maybe it's just an Oregon ban, maybe it's a little bit of both. Ban number 2 going to be going out very shortly. It's probably going to be Thatcher, though we didn't see Thatcher banned last game, and that may have made a difference in the overall team compositions and how the games were won. But the Buck target ban's going to be going down once again. I'm sure we'll hear something in chat about Silence being target banned once again for his lack of Buck play. Or not. Third ban is going to be the Defenders side. This will probably most likely be a Valkyrie, if I had to take a guess. Or a Maestro, but more likely Valkyrie. But there you go, Maestro, my secondary choice. I was still half right. And the last one could be a Mira, could be an Echo. We didn't see either of those banned last game, but we also didn't see them played last game. I really think it's going to be Valkyrie. That'll essentially be the same exact ban lineup that we saw last game, so it's definitely possible. And it's Valkyrie. What do you know? 2 maps in a row, same exact operator bands. Fantastic. All right, here we go on kids' dorms. Gonna see what comes out in the beginning. Now we do see already a very, very aggressive side. Not so aggressive now, but we did see a very aggressive defensive hold, it seems, already from Montreal's side. We do have the Pulse and the Ella. We've been seeing Ella a little bit more when it comes to Oregon, especially, but on kids, more often than not, we're seeing an Ella pick. But that Pulse, unfortunately, is going to be saying goodbye this round, and we will be seeing the Clash instead.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
All right, here we go. Map number 1. It will be kids again. Usually the first DRE site, the first site that we usually see come out for the map for the defenders. It's either that or maybe a slight toss-up between that and laundry, but 80% of the time we will be seeing kids come out first, and then maybe sometimes to throw off your opponents, we do see sometimes dining come out first, but that won't be for today. The Clash pick, however, is going to be very interesting. It looks like Clash is already prepped and set up for Attic. Now that will potentially stall out the Attic push quite a bit. There is no bandit on the board, but there are meat jammers to potentially
locate a bomb and defuse it.
knock down that exothermic charge. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left. However, there is still quite a bit to say about this round. There is no Callie on the board. Instead, you do have your Thatcher, surprise, surprise, the ultimate destructor of gadgets in this game. Going to be in play for the Attic wall. But the Clash has been spotted. A little bit of pop shots would go off from Fortra, but unfortunately not going to connect. It's going to be Wiz, though, holding as many angles as they can. Ella playing inside Armory, making sure no one goes up the main stairs to tag out the Clash without expecting it.
Cover. It's on.
2 minutes and 10 seconds left. However, it's going to be that Attic wall already completely opened up. The diffuser in hand, looking for those pop shots. Not going to find a lot from those pre-fires. And it's going to be a little bit of a stall out once again.
Bomb located by attackers.
Minute 50 left, however. Clash still holding on to the Attic area as much as possible, having a stranglehold on the site. The air jabs are going to go down, but it looks like Clash is just outside the radius of it. No, they are not. Missing all the shots, attempted 360 coming out from that Clash. Not going to quite work out that way. It's Ducky who finds Wiz taking them down. But it's a slow attack, all things considered. Only the Clash has gone down in the beginning. Nothing else really has happened in this round other than the Attic push. But even then, that's taking pretty slow and there's nobody watching it. The drone and the intel isn't there to say, hey, we can take this a little bit more aggressively.
Swapping mags!
Second floor.
Now the Hibana pellets are going to be going down on kids. Looks like that was all for naught. Not going to really connect a whole lot with anything. I'm not sure if that was from Big Window. And I believe that was Big Window. Big Window? Yes, that had to have been. And she's still watching the site. She's still holding that angle. But the Mew probably has some of the worst guns to contest the angle on with the ACOG from the Hibana. Though I guess you could debate whether the SMG-11 is bad for that kind of play. I mean, it just has the really high recoil. Pop shots going down. It's going to be Arbik trying to find some shots on, I believe, the Mew again. Not 100% sure, but we do see the hands coming out. It's going to be kills galore going everywhere. ISU now taking over the kill feed, making it go blue to orange all throughout. It's going to be that diffuser being secured. ISU winning map round number 1 for map number 3 against Montreal. overall working out super well for Montreal, for ISU. They are ahead of Montreal overall in terms of points. So anything at all right now to help kind of divvy away from that first map loss will be beneficial. Operators again, going to be for laundry room, not too different. We do see the Goyo coming out from Platts, but it looks like the Clash will be secured, not six-picked into place. The Jackal might change on a Harbrick, not entirely sure what he might change into. Maybe a Sledge would be a pretty good idea, but nope, no one's going to six-pick at all.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
40 seconds left in this prep phase. Probably going to see the wall of tarp from B-side open back up, and we might see that late game rotate that we have seen between them before. Now, I believe it was Banana side that did a... No, I'm sorry, that was a different set. But overall, usually you can have someone holding the iron shield at that little 90 corner, that little elbow corner where the smoke is. And then, you know, if it becomes overwhelming or anything like that, they can rotate and reinforce the wall.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion.
145.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
The attackers, of course, no need to bring Callies this time. Overall, it's going to be better weaponry for the attackers because they won't have the SPS/sniper rifle as a primary, secondary crutch for the entire team. Now, with the drone game going down completely, not a lot to really say in the very beginning. It's going to be the Goyo who potentially may have a target right now. They can't see through the walls, but they've been droned out and they're going to retreat safely back to the site.
A bomb has been located.
Moving off a different approach. Contact.
More drones going down, unfortunately. A bit of a slower push this time around. Nothing of really much substance has happened other than scanning the beat. No one has taken any damage yet, and no one's really made too much leeway in terms of gunfights up until the Jackal went on to laundry. Looking around right now, did find the head of one, unfortunately not able to click in time. But going for the pre-fire again is going to prove to be very successful.
Lay the nest. EMP incoming.
The Flash is going to be inside Freezer right now. Could be pretty much stalling out this entire attack inside, forcing them to rotate around the pillars. The Flash should be killed from behind. Hibana trying to open up the walls onto, I believe, the closet area, the pantry.
I found one.
Might have some luck, might have some moderate success. But the answer hopefully is not going to be anything. The Flash taking down the bullets. And we're back to Freezer once again, where the Flash is just unable to really be like a mountain, not able to pass anything. Fortress though taking down Silence, and it's going to be Plants that takes down Ducky Boy in return. The Jackal barely alive, and it's the Hibana right now trying to move their way forward, take some shots off the Clash, and Fortress takes down Plants. It's a 4v3 right now. It's looking like ISU might be steamrolling a little bit and might be able to gain more momentum and win out an early game. That's going to be Patience taking down Maxi, and that's going to be Bananas getting the refrag back, but it's a 3v2. It could go either way. Snail going for that defuse, but the Clash is still on board. She's a loud girl too. They know exactly where she could be at. The diffuser goes down just as the planter dies. 2v2 right now. It could go either way, like I've been saying before, but it looks like there's decent angles both ways for the attackers and diffusers to get this diffuser.
Come on, then.
But will Bananas be able to do so? That is the million-dollar question. The answer so far is no. Patience with a double kill. And now it's down to the Clash, but getting killed from behind Fortra. Getting yet another kill, going to be winning 2 rounds in a row in ISU's favor. So far, ISU has been doing a very good job for their defensive run. They want to go attempting at least 4-2 by the end of the first half. They have a statistical advantage for the attack. Only need to win 2 games. But right now, they're on a really good pace, and they're having a good old time doing so. Operator change is not going to really be too prevalent when it comes to kids' dorms. We do see the Rook coming out for Max Payne once more, and we do see the Clash returning as well. I'm not sure if that's going to be 6 to take out for kids. I don't really see the Clash working out about as well as it did the first time around we had seen it on kids, which was round number 1, and did not do very well. But it's going to be secured in. Looks like we will be seeing Clash 6th pick from Arvik going from the Jackal pick into the Zofia. Maybe trying to, scare the defenders a little bit, maybe trying to make them rush out more. It's all about psychological scare tactics.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Kids once again going to be populated by projectiles, denying equipment all across the board.
Discovered the location of a
Max
bomb.
Payne putting down his Rook plates. That's going to be really good. It's going to pretty much give a little bit more extra health and armor for the rest of the defenders, but also guarantee a DB&O one shot enough times instead of instant death besides the head.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
The attackers, however, are going to be going for a slow start in the very beginning. It looks like a bit of a split push, too. We do see the Thatcher going into what seems to be Big Tower. Maybe trying to open up in tandem with the Thermite. Yep, it looks like in tandem with the Thermite to open up the wall. And we've been seeing this a lot from ISU's side. Just the Thatcher Thermite combo that we're all so used to working out very well. So far, it seems like ISU has gotten their bearings a lot more together already, even compared to the last map. Of course, as I say that, they do get the opening pick. It's going to be Arvik taking down Platts, and Platts usually is your top fragger for Montreal's side, so that's not a very good look to be in whatsoever. But you're going to have to make do with it. The Wamai goes down. His magnets have already been suspended. They've been expunged. And it looks like the attic push might not work after all. 2 different bodies watching it, not enough flashbangs in the world can take care of all those ADSs and Wamai discs. But it looks like no, there's nothing there. No ADSs up until the very end or anything. The EMP does take down that one ADS. It's going to blind out the Flash and forcing her to back up.
Drone's ready.
Flash again returning to her spot with the SPS, looking to see any pop shots she can potentially get, but the answer is going to be no. Only finding, wow, a little bit on the Nomad, but it's going to be secured from Mute. Fortra, however, taking down Max Payne. It's going to be another kill off the board for Montreal. 4v2 right now. You're down to just 2 of your defenders left, and ISU seems to have this one in the bag yet again. Air jabs going down, and angles are being held pretty much everywhere. Moving up a little bit, it will be instant death from the Jaegers right from the wall, I believe, being opened up in master bedroom. And the answer is no, it's not open just yet, but it will be open momentarily. And now it's open. No, it's partially open, but not really enough to do too much. But 3v1 right now, Banana, last one alive. It's going to be a lot of different utility on the board right now to help out with this diffuser going down. 25 seconds left, just holding the angle as much as they can, but ISU winning 3 rounds in a row. Fantastic work. They're doing a pretty good job compared to the other maps. So far, Montreal not finding a single round on the board. Operator ban's not going to change a whole lot once again. I'm going to be saying that just about every round. We do have the Doc coming out. We do have Vigil making his first appearance this game so far. But otherwise, nothing too crazy. Laundry, of course, once again, probably going to play mostly inside tarps and just stall out that push as long as humanly possible.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
The
bombs.
attacker's going down right now, waiting to see what's going to happen next. Sorry, I legitimately closed my eyes for a second. I forgot where I was. But dreams all have to come to an end. We do have the Mira coming out this time around for Laundry, which, I mean, if you had to choose a side, Mira would probably be the best on this one. You do have a solid argument for the other sides as well, but putting a Mira window on Freezer, definitely a good choice, and having the rotates as well, always good as well.
ADs active in this sector.
Definitely going to be a very intel-heavy setup, definitely a very passive and almost turtly one.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
like I said before, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to secure this win. And so far,
5
we're seeing
seconds.
Montreal play very far behind.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Split push coming out right now. It seems the Jackal pick is in effect. Our pick right now, last time, I believe, Twitch picked away from the Jackal onto, I don't remember which operator, unfortunately, but even then, good choices overall. ISU, however, gonna be going for the target push anyways.
Disabling electronics.
But unfortunately, at the end of those tarps, it's going to be the X-Carriers Bellet going onto the Mirror window. I'm not sure if they're going to connect. I believe no, they will not be. I think it's the smoke that has shot them down. Flash grenades, however, will be in effect. That could allow an early aggression going forwards. But smoke's ready, prepared for it. It's going to be more of those pellets going down, but Patience takes down Max Payne, and it's a 4v4. A smoke for a thermite, not the best trade in the world. I mean, it's actually a fairly even trade of importance, being heavily. I'd rather not lose either. Plat's over, taking out Dr. Boy, and Arabic takes down Plat's in the immediate refrag. So far, so good for both teams in this 2-2. But the Jackal ping comes down. They know exactly where that Jaeger's at. They know roughly where Mira is as well, but the only real mystery might be the Vigil. He's playing inside landing right now on the second floor on tower, waiting to see what the next major
Attackers
move is going to
recover the
be.
diffuser.
Swapping mags.
A minute 20 left. Wiz still holding onto the Iron Shield. It seems like the whole match kind of paused to an extent. But except for Silence, he's still doing 5,000 IQ chess in his head. He goes for the attempted run out to scare the attackers a little bit. But one is playing inside kitchen. He has seemingly no aware that the other side of this wall will house the Jackal, it seems. Now the Jackal will need to push up either through Freezer, and he doesn't check around, but he misses the shots. It could be the Jackal trying to go for the pre-fire back, but hilariously missing. Yikes, big yikes all around. But Sweet Jackal now, he has the advantage. He's down on even territory. Smoke grenades going down, blinding the Mira, who is behind her own shield or her own mirrors. 40 seconds now. It's going to be one last round going into the... Sorry, one last person going into the hands of ISU. Montreal right now, 3v2, feeling nice and comfy. And with the C4 going down, this could be absolutely devastating. The Patience is playing with Patience once again, just standing still, not really doing a whole
Attackers
lot.
bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Wiz does find Patience. Unfortunately, the Patience did not pay off. It's going to be down to a 1v3. Completely stuck. It's going to be Montreal winning their first round, and that is going to be round number 4. The first round going to them now. It's still going to be a lead for ISU. Round number 5 could be the momentum. I'm sorry, wow, a 2-point lead. Round number 5 might be the momentum that Montreal needs to keep it going forward. They're on defense. They should be winning these rounds, but instead, it's looking like gravy town for ISU already. We've seen this story happen before. It was the last game. where it was the same situation for Montreal, but they ended up losing anyways. But who knows? Who knows? It's a little too early to predict what could possibly happen. But we do see the Caveira on the board. Definitely not something you see every day. Usually it's 6th picked out. But no, instead it's just a live Caveira. It's like seeing an extinct animal in play and alive. It's like watching the dodo bird up close with those really well preserved ones. You can see its skin and everything from tar it's been covered in for thousands of years. That's what seeing the Caveira is right now. It's like seeing a relic of a very old past where she was never really competitively viable.
Reinforcing the wall.
Stay clear of ADS line of fire.
Attackers have located a bomb. Ten seconds remaining.
10 seconds left, however, and it looks like the majority of what needs to be done is done with the prep phase. I don't see where the mirrors went. It looks like one might be going on attic wall. The other one, I believe, will be going on... Yeah, normally we do see on that wall separate attic from the main hallway, but it's not too late for her to put it up. Instead, it looks like it might not just be going there in general. Okay. In fact, she hasn't put either up. She still has both of her mirrors, so I'm not really sure what the point is. You could have just gone Goyo, but it looks like she is putting one down officially.
Get a good look at them.
And there we go. I believe that might be in between that hallway area, as I had mentioned earlier. And yes, maybe? It's hard to tell from this angle. It looks like... Did she put it up? No. Platts does find Fortra, and that is going to be the opening pick going against ISU, but a really nice opening pick for Montreal. Fortra, unfortunately, not too happy about that kill. It's going to be 2 minutes left, and Platts still has his C4. He's playing underneath and might be able to find a C4, either lobbing it over the balcony from a run out, or just waiting for someone to push master bedroom. But it looks like Armory might be the area of potential. Still looking around, noticing the drone has been spotting him out. He's going to be called out completely, and nobody's contesting it, it seems. Interesting. But it looks like the Zofia wants to contest this. We break open the windows, trying to distract him a little bit, and firing the concussion. But Pulse is long gone. Don't need to worry about it, Zofia. Long, far away, hundreds of miles away, in fact. Or just maybe behind a wall.
Full mag going in.
Time to ring some ears.
Thermite wall gonna be opening up inside master bedroom. Snail holding a prone angle, seeing what he can find if someone tries to rotate around. But the mirror still playing. I don't think those black mirrors have gone down. Oh, one has gone down for big window. We don't really see big window pushes pretty much ever in calm play. So I'm not really sure what the benefit of watching that window is, or even putting it there in the first place, but hey, you do you. Wiz taking down Snail, and Sweet Ducky Boy getting the refrag onto Wiz. It's a 2v1. Montreal in the lead right now, having a strong advantage. But, of course, it looks like that advantage gets stronger and stronger. Patience, the last one alive, trying to figure out what they can do to take down Montreal's next round. But no, it looks like it will be a 3-2 split going into the last round of the first half. And that could potentially mean we see an even 3-3 as well. Very nice work coming out from Montreal. It's going to be their second point on the board and 2 points in a row coming out from them. Going back to Meeting Hall this time, I believe it's the first time we have seen Meeting this entire map. Now, it's been mostly a trade-off between laundry and kids' dorms. And, I mean, for a good reason. You know, it's the tertiary site. It's definitely one of the hardest to attack and to defend. A lot of vertical play in usage from above going down, when usually it's the reverse going out. Now, apparently no 6 picks coming out either. It's going to be meeting hall. And again, same exact loadout for each team. No variation whatsoever. We do see the castle, and I'm curious to see where the barricades go, but no real variation.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And of course, we're going to meeting again. You really need to go for the roam clear setup from up above, because that's how the attackers are going to attack, either horizontally completely or split push with vertical play being involved. This is the last round in the first half. Keep that in mind. So we could see the 4-2 split going in the attackers' favor, not the defenders, or an even 3-3 like we had seen, I believe, in the last 2 rounds, or 2 maps. But I believe it was only last one.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to insertion.
Only a few seconds left in the
Attacker's objective is to
prep
locate a
phase.
bomb and
It's going to
defuse
be... Not really sure the attack is going to go. It looks like it might be bottom up, going from construction, like a construction rush going up blue, which is interesting. But it seems like playing a little bit more with a level head where we are seeing the big tower. Now I'm curious about the big tower play, because they're constricted pretty much down to a hallway connecting into meeting hall, and that's really about it. But the split push possibly going from small tower could give a few more angles and a lot more advantage of taking map control, but it looks like we're seeing a very linear push come out as we speak. Kaid completely ready for this closet electro claw retake right now. Gonna be, I believe, almost thermite tricking it. Thermite did not put down his exothermics just yet, but through the floorboard, it's gonna be quite difficult for
Bomb
any
located by attackers.
gadget to find that. But Thatcher EMP is a quite different beast.
Loading mag.
And right now the attackers are trying to figure out what they want to do next. Not able to fully rotate around as effectively as they want to. It's a tough position to be in. They know the vigil's nearby. I believe he's playing from below, and that's gonna be Platt's finding Arbic right in the beginning. The Jackal is completely dead. The little kerfuffle going on in the basement right now, and it's gonna be the vigil not able to find the shots. He does take a few off of Ducky, but it's not really enough to really secure the round. Keep in mind there was a Kavera last round, and we just never saw what that could do. But we're not seeing Kavera come out this time again either. And now the Vigil's in a prime position to maybe go for another peek.
Beauty's in place. Okay.
50 seconds left on the board. The map advantage right now is still in Montreal's favor. If they win this round, it will be even into the half. But it seems like the smoke grenades are now going down. Attic is being stalled quite a bit, and ISU does not seem to know what they want to do. They don't necessarily need to take heaven, but it definitely helps. That's going to be Wiz taking down a double kill. Double kill coming out from Wiz. Beautiful work. A team triple kill on the board. And it's down to Fortra last again. "17 seconds left right now. It's a 1v5 situation. We could potentially see a flawless win come out from the defenders. And it looks like both teams and casters are losing a little bit of steam right now.
5 seconds left.
All things considered, it is quite late at night, so it does happen. And some of the teams, I believe that Snail's team has been playing since 1 p.m. That's roughly 12 hours of playing Rainbow Six. But as we keep going into round 7, it's going to be the first round in the second half. We might see some miracle plays come out from either team. It's a 3-3 even half. We saw this last game, and it went into overtime match point 7-7. Again, even with the sides changed, real complete meta coming out for both teams in terms of their operator comps. We do see that Jackal Thatcher once more, Thatcher Thermite, of course, and the Sledge is the really only big notable difference. But even then, for kids, it's not the best idea because there's not a lot of soft breach utility to take advantage of.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And with this starting off once again, we are going to the prep phase and we're not going to see a lot of big differences. Ducky seemingly AFK, maybe getting a glass of water, maybe cleaning his keyboard. I don't really know, but he's back. He has come back to life.
Deploying jump flying in the air.
No, there is a kite on the board. But it looks like Attic is going to be dedicated
10
to
seconds
a
to
mute
insertion.
trick or a mute. Instead, we may see a mute jammer or a mute tricking go down. Definitely not nearly as likely with the exothermics on the board. Normally when it comes to Hibana, we could see it, but nope, not this time. Plat's already going for the immediate rush, looking to see what they can take over inside of tower, but the answer is seemingly nobody. Tower's gonna be almost completely clear, except it's swarmed with bad people right now from both teams. It's gonna be Arvik right now being caught out by the drone in the immediate push. Not gonna connect a whole lot, even from the pre-fire from meeting into the Zofia, not gonna connect any bullets.
Fresh fire going in!
Now we do see Silence getting the opening pick onto Arvik right now. It's 3v3. It could go either way still, but that's the Jaeger off the board, and that's a really good roamer, but unfortunately he played that too aggressively, and he was punished for it accordingly.
Magnet online.
Now I do want to explain why my casting is a little low energy. It is quite late at night, and it's also a best of one. Sorry, Talent Scouts, but it happens. I'm in at 48 on the clock right now. It's going to be a master bedroom push in tandem with some action possibly going down in Attic. Jackal Prince are going down. It's going to be ISU Cole going down left and right. But Ducky, however, does find a kill on the flats, and that's going to be your first one down. More footprints on the board. Unfortunately, not able to really connect it or decipher it into a certain operator. Magnets are going to be deployed behind the Iron Shield. It's definitely an interesting push as well. Playing from behind the bunks, being exposed completely from the big window. Now, Bananas does take down Snail, and it's going to be a 2v4. Hiding inside Attic right now, the attackers do have a lot of the mana control, but they seem to be struggling with the map control. Patience, however, going to be flanking from behind and inside Attic. No one's seemingly aware. Diffuser going down, and hopefully for Patience, Ducky will stay alive a little bit longer. He's looking around right now, finding the head onto Wiz. That's a fantastic first kill. A double kill coming out from Patience. Beautiful work. Bananas going down next. Now everyone has a good idea what Patience is going to be. Pop shot's going down. Unfortunately, going to miss, and it's going to be the Wamai taking advantage of this. Going to get taken down, annihilated by Ducky. And that's going to be Montreal taking the first round in the second half, I believe. Yes, and that is going to be a beautiful win for Montreal, taking the point lead out of the half of 3-3 to a 4-3. And there we go. The stream was a little frozen for me, but we are back. We do have the attackers coming out, already lined up and ready to go. They're cocked, gunned, and loaded to fire away all these amazing wins. But the defending team is in a very similar boat. We do see kids once again having the Ella Goyo lineup, and it's really good to have the traps out here, but it's going to be Jaeger who completes the triangle or whatever shape is 5 sides. I guess like a pentagon. Still, that defending phase going down, the operator pick phase being kind of slow for some reason. Normally it's a little bit faster, but the Ella does change into the Caveira We didn't see the Kavera do much the last
Attackers
time
need
she
to
was
locate
played, and I
and defuse
honestly
bombs.
don't intend for her to see any major use of this gun either. You know, the difference between ranked and competitive is that the teams are much more coordinated, and that's what Kavera likes to rely on, lack of coordination. And with her being on the board against a coordinated team, any other operator would have done a decently good job.
Camera initiated.
10 seconds to insertion.
Now, with the prep phase almost ending, we're not seeing any crazy
5
strategies
seconds to
once
go.
again between these two teams. The nerves are high in the air. It's a 1-1 best of 3,
Attackers' objective
and no
is
one
to
wants to
locate
bring
a
out
bomb
any
and defuse
crazy
it.
strats to make sure they can secure all the rounds they can.
Deploying camera. Coordinates is in place.
But it looks like the attack will be going towards Attic once again. Only Thatcher seemingly by himself. I think Thermite will be shortly behind. We are seeing the sledge come out, which we didn't really see on ISU's attack, but here they are now. Keep in mind, Montreal winning out their first attacking game. They did win 2 defending games, so it's really good. Really good for them so far. They have good dichotomy going on. Silence taking out Forger. Let's be the opening pick against your lead roamer and lead entry fragger. That's a terrible way to start off on this next round. And possibly if this snowballs further, it's going to be a 2-point lead for Montreal.
Drones ready.
A minute and 50 left on the clock. Not a lot to really be said. It's a huge stall out right now. It's actually, I don't want to say boring, but it's a really, really passive game. It's going to be Max Payne inside of the master bedroom closet, preparing to open up that wall. And where are all the defenders? There's one on site, and that's really about it. Oh, there's two. There's 2 on site, but where's everybody else? No one's, there's one dead one, but that's really about it. And so there is some action in Big Tower. Patience is playing inside Meeting Hall, but even then, you know, they're just about ready on site. Are you really playing the huge retake game? That sounds like nothing but a big old mistake for ISU. Now there's 1 minute left on the clock. That diffuser needs to go down. ISU folk going down left and right, and it's going to be Goyo, barely left alive, going to be having the ACOG
located by
TSG. But even
attackers.
then, that can only help you so much when you're concussed. He does find a kill, actually, onto Flats. Silence though does go to the immediate refrag. Gets down a second one.
Attackers
Ducky
are
Boy does
activating
take down
the
Wiz. And it's down to a 2v3. Unfortunately, unable to find that third kill. Ducky is trying to make something happen out of seemingly nothing. And wow, the Kavera does get a kill. Banana taking down Ducky Boy, and it's Cavi versus the world. Trying to see what they can do. And it's Montreal gaining now a 2-point lead over ISU. Now one more round for Montreal, and we could potentially see series point between the two teams. And we can all go to bed. But here we are once again going into laundry, and I don't believe we've seen laundry so far for this half so far. It's been mostly meeting. I'm sorry. It's been mostly kids. In fact, it's been entirely kids. Meeting hall is certainly going to be new for this second half, and it's an interesting way of trying to trip up, I think, Montreal's line of sight or, you know, strategies. But overall, when you have Zofia, Thermite, Thatcher, Jackal, and Sledge, you can do any strategy in the game. There's really nothing hard-pressed or unique about the strategies we're seeing coming out from their operators.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Prep phase going on right now. There is a castle on the board. I'm curious to see where these barricades go. It really does change the site in terms of the rotations and how it affects the site, but he has yet to put any down. Now, castle barricade number 1 is not going to be going upstairs, it seems. It's going to be the reinforced hatch instead.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go.
Ready.
Still no barricades going down for Castle. It looks like it's
Attackers are
going
moving
mostly
out to
towards
locate
either
a
main
bomb.
lobby or just cutting off meeting, and that's in what he plans on doing entirely. He's pretty much cutting a lot of the rotation off as well. He's going to be pretty much forcing anyone to go from that northwestern side of the map, forcing it to go east through a small little hallway, or from above, I suppose. But that's going to lock down another hallway area as well, and it's going to make meeting hall pretty secure. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and it's going to be a bathroom push from Bananas, and already Wiz takes down Fortra. And now suddenly the site's in trouble. It's going to be the electro claws going out kind of late, and the rotates are now in that whole little hallway. Wiz looking for blood. He wants to get another kill, but I mean, the castle walls are in the way. Nothing really upstairs as far as we are aware of. I don't believe there's any roamers playing upstairs anymore. The answer to that, of course, is going to be no. It's all horizontal play. Wiz now playing inside Freezer, trying to figure out any potential way of getting onto the site without taking any deaths. Arabic, though, does take over, finding Wiz and Freezer, I suppose. Yeah, it's going to be a really good pick as well. The Thatcher going to look to remove a lot of the electronic utilities on the site. But with that being said, Blast does find Ducky as well, and you lose out on your castle. 3v4 right now. The defenders are slowly whittling away in their numbers, holding a bunch of angles that are getting quickly peeked out by Montreal, and it seems like it's not a strategy that's working out.
Your turn.
As they edge closer to the site, there's a minute and 20 left. It's perfect timing for anything to go down. But C4 goes down. Unfortunately, it's not going to connect even anywhere close. Patience does take down Silence, bring it to the 3v3. Sledge does start ripping open the floors. The Kyan still holding the angle inside security, waiting for that Thermite to enter in. But Thermite's no dummy. He's going to rotate around and try to take down security. He knows definitely someone's going to be there. He's going to go for the pop shots, or at least the Sledge will. Grenade not going to connect, go down the floor beam. And that's going to be the Kaid getting away scot-free once again. That minute 20 now has gone by almost completely. Less than 30 seconds left on the clock. These attackers need to make a move, and pretty fast. The pre-shot fires come out from the concussed Snail. He does take down Flash, but he gets refragged immediately, it seems, and Patience is on the up for the comeback. Bananas is the last one alive, currently going 6-4. He has the potential of making a 3v1 comeback, but he's got to do it really fast. He misses those initial shots. They know exactly where he's at. They have the map advantage. They have the everything advantage right now. But it's not going to make him give up, and he gets the mute, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, that diffuser's going to have to wait a little bit longer, with ISU winning another round. So it's going to be a 1-point lead right now for Montreal, but they have to keep that momentum going. The tertiary side didn't quite work out for the attackers, but it happens. It happens. Returning back to Laundry Room, almost towards the roots of Oregon, or at least the roots of old Oregon, but now the secondary roots of the new Oregon. Nothing crazy with these operator lineups, same exact loadout almost every single time, no variety. Really, we do see some operator mix-ups coming on the defending team, but it's natural depending on each site, because one person might be feeling more comfortable to play at this particular operator than another on a site. We don't know what the comms are like either, so it's hard to tell.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
The prep phase, of course, not really changing a whole lot, and that's kind of the theme of this map. Not really changing a whole lot. Just the same thing over and over again, kind of this repetitive plays between the two teams. That worked really well for the last map, for a lot of repetitive plays on Clubhouse, but unfortunately, it kind of snowballed here, where both teams are kind of just going back and forth, blow after blow. Just hoping
5 seconds
probably
left.
to make this set end, because I know some of these players have been playing for over 12 hours. It is what it is.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
I myself have been casting for about 4 hours now. Great. I think. No, 5 hours. But Montreal right now, gonna be going for the split push. It seems the Sledge waiting for potentially going inside Big Tower, but he has this supernatural ability to know that Arbic is gonna be waiting there for any potential entries. Instead, it's gonna be mostly focused on Small Tower.
Increasing our defense. Perimeter defense active.
Charging. Drone activated.
Timer's still going down. Not a lot of shots, not a lot of aggressive plays going down whatsoever. With less than 2 minutes left, we're not really seeing too many horizontal plays. It's still in the vertical hold, but we do see the Jackal going down. Freezer breaking open the barbed wire, not going to find a lot immediately, but he does have his buddies and friends to help him out. I believe it's the Wamai. Yep, no, it's going to be the Kai trying to find those pop shots, and it's going to be him going down first. Snail, fortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to for this round. It's not Valorant, no revives, but it's going to be Platts and Silence going down simultaneously. Platts able to potentially get himself back up. It's going to be Silence who stays dead, unfortunately, however. But the split push going from main lobby as well. It's going to be trying to contest a lot of things, but it's a 3v3 right now. And while Platts does get taken down, ultimately it's going to be Wiz taking down Fortra in the response. 1 minute left. Diffuser potentially going down the rightmost side of the map of the site, looking really nice, but to the C4 unfortunately missing. Mira does get a kill. 2v2. Diffuser is well in Mira's position or possession. Keys are hard. 50 seconds left now. Time is still ticking away. It's gonna be the my Magnet catching the frag grenade from the Sledge. Fortunately, not able to really do a whole lot that round. EMP grenade does come into effect, removing any electrical sites that may be appearing. 30 seconds now. Timer is still going down. Potentially going to open that black mirror, and the answer is going to be no to that. They're going to take some shots, unfortunately, and it's going to be the mirror holding onto the site, and we might be seeing a tie 5-5. Of course, we were at this story before, and it went all the way to the end of overtime match point for last game, and we might see it again. Diffuser going down. This is Mira's chance to potentially make a very aggressive play. And it looks like the answer is yes. Aggressive play does come out, and it's going to be a 5-5 split once more. Again, going to kids' dorms. There's not really a whole lot to say in the operator phase anymore. I really wish I could say a little bit more. We do see the Mew come out, but it's going to be Mira, again, who might be dominating this site. But we haven't really seen effective Mira plays on dorms. We did see some earlier, but again, just not a lot to really talk about overall. And I do apologize, but it is what it is.
Calibrating air contact. Jammer initiated. Jammer deployed. Using magnet.
Seconds left.
5v5, the scoreline is back to being even once more. In case you've forgotten, it's been on the screen the whole time, but you never know. That's going to be the bandit charges going down on attic while waiting for potential thermite trick for Big Tower. Now, of course, they could always throw the bandit off a little bit and go for master bedroom, but it looks like no, instead they are falling for the potential bait. Running across the map, stalling quite a bit of time. That's actually going to be a good 15 seconds. That's making their way across the map. Not going to be allowing any sort of progress, and it's going to be droning out and pretty much stalling a lot of time. It looks like they may have changed their strategy at the last minute. With a good 30 seconds gone, not a single attacker has met a defender and vice versa, but the bandit tricking is about, and that's going to be exothermic number 1 going down, and it's going to be the exothermic. Well, reverse bandit tricking, you're going to thermite trick it. Okay.
Setting C4.
Very nice, very nice. And there is seemingly no flank. There's no flank watch, something to keep note of for the attacking team. So anyone with a really good gun could flank from basement and just completely dominate the game. Speaking of dominate, it looks like it's going to be Class opening up the soft reach, and from below it's going to be the bandit trying to, get taken down. That is a big yikes. I did not think that would kill. But it's going to allow their attic wall to open up as well. It's going to allow many more snowball effects happening. Silence taking down Fortra. That's going to be one of your main anchors going down. Arabic does take down one, and he actually gets the double kill on the Silence. And Wiz, fantastic. Okay. And with the SMG-11 in hand, I mean, he's possibly unstoppable. 3v3, however, though, Banana's still looking to figure out what he wants to do. And it looks like Master Bedroom might become the new wave of how they want to attack this site. Arabic realizes this is probably the case and wants to move out of the way, and he wants to quick peek from balcony, and that's a really dangerous idea. I mean, potentially, yes, it could work out in your favor, but no, just going for these quick peeks everywhere is just such a risky idea, especially when you're even, and he gets punished for it. It's gonna be Plats taking out Arabic, and now with the last 2 defenders, currently positions for the attackers unknown. One will be playing inside kids, having just around the wrongmost angle for Banana. Rotating around, it's going to be a C4 still on the board for Patience. Any kind of C4 play would be great for the defusing situation and potentially change the round in their favor. 1v3 right now. Max Payne does take down Ducky, and that is good. Ooh, a 1v2. Could the Vector bring it back? That's $1 million question, and it might have $1 million answer. The C4 is going to go down too little too late. However, the angles are being there, and it's going to be Montreal finding another round. Now we're on match point for potentially this best of 3 for Montreal's favor. They did such a great job for the last few attacking rounds, but they also slipped up quite a bit on their defense. But here we go. Potentially the very last round of the set, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. Between these 2 teams, like I had mentioned before, I know some teams, I believe it has been Illinois State, LSU, ISU, who have been playing for at least 10 plus hours straight. But here we go. Attacking once again, Meeting Hall and Kitchen. I believe the defenders did win this round last time before. So it's definitely, the odds are stacked up against Montreal, but we wouldn't want that victory to come by so easily. The music is very atmospheric. It's hard to talk over. I love hearing it.
Attackers
Most
need to
people have the
locate
music
and defuse
disabled,
as
but I
many
mean, it
bombs as
does
they
add a
can.
little bit of oomph to the game, I suppose. It helps it bring it back to its roots, and it's not just some 5v5 tactical shooter. The music's actually really underrated, I think, for Siege. Not that I've put a whole lot of time into it, into thinking about it. But Meeting Hall once again and dining. This is potentially it. We've come this far and we really don't see too many diffuses go down on Meeting. It's mostly focusing on dining, and that's what probably this team has to do once more.
5 seconds left before insertion.
And if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Attackers
And
are moving to defuse a bomb.
Montreal's team has put that to the test. Not having changed any operators, whatsoever, it feels like, pretty much for the entirety of the game, or at least on attack. Ducky Boy playing the castle this time around. We didn't quite see where those barricades went. Probably the usual spots as before. I'm not really expecting too many changes. So in front of meeting entrance, yes, and we do have one connecting from Big Tower, yes. Number 3 is going to be going from security as well. So check, check, check. Very nice castle placements. Congratulations, you are a castle god. Now it's a matter of what's going to happen next. It's kind of weird. There's no bullets going down or anything. It's quiet. It's painfully quiet. It's like pensive. The MP does go down. It's times like this where I feel like there's always music in the siege playing, but no, it's just a constant stream of screams and explosions that I hear that I'm tuning in the music as in my head. But no, not this time. Vertical play in effect though. Gonna be from below. Yeah, this Legion's in a very bad position. We're gonna rotate around through security. That's where the Kaid is gonna be stuck as well. But they rotate through freezer hatch to get away and maybe rotate through either upstairs in dorms.
Tango located. I found one. First floor. Reloading.
It seems to be completely frozen. Oh, my internet. Well, you can't win them all. It's my internet. It turned out. There was a tropical storm recently that seems to have seriously affected how my internet likes to operate quite a bit. 1 minute and 6 seconds. However, it's been Flats who finds small, and that is a potential snowball. I'm sorry, not small snail. Potential snowball effect. Snail usually been the top opening pick quite a few times. This will be Fortra, however, taking down Silence, and no answer to it seems to be coming back. Flats, though, working on the vertical play some more. It's a ballet of death between the two teams, and it seems like right now the upper lead is going to Montreal. 2 left on the board. If ISU cannot bring this back, they will be saying goodbye to the set tonight. They are currently in the lead in the Collegiate Rainbow Six League, and it looks like that might be changing very soon. 1v4, and ladies and gentlemen, call this Michael Jackson's last tour, because this is it. Diffuser's down, and Montreal wins it all. Best of 3, or winning 2-1 in their favor, is going to be Montreal, the Université de Montréal, and a very somewhat exciting very end to a best of 3, almost towards 1 in the morning. Overall, very nice. Both teams played pretty equally all throughout. It was just a matter of maybe having better refrags and trades towards the very end for Montreal's side and just able to collapse onto the bomb site. But that will be it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to go pass out very quickly. And that is the semifinals. I hope you enjoyed that, and there will be more to come very soon.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?